This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Gonna be fabulous! I shit and there was no toilet paper, so I just took a shower.
Well, there's a year in therapy if you Google it real quick.
The mole sauce that Brooke makes is a vegetarian.
You got another guy staring down your dirt star for a couple hours.
How the fuck is having a clean asshole weird?
How you doing, fellas? How are the hot dogs?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I was deciding what shoes to wear to a radio show.
You cannot go cheap when it comes to bras.
Oh yeah, out the diaper, up the back.
I fell in the toilet and I had to take a shower afterwards.
You guys need to get your shit together.
I hate you guys. You're terrible.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
We certainly are.
Amy was saying that she wanted you to change hers to "You Need Passion for Butt Sex."
Oh, I don't
Remember
even.
that one.
Oh yeah.
She's always passionate to butt sex.
Yeah.
I like it better. Her falling in the toilet's much better.
Butt water.
Yeah. All right. Would you
So,
like to introduce our illustrious guest?
Well, I'll do the whole dance. Welcome to Dead Radio, everyone.
Yeah. You mean the whole dance where you just start in with the show and forget the other person's here?
Yes.
Don't introduce them.
We have Michael Bleakley here.
Hola.
He is a time travel expert.
more of a movie buff.
Just a bit.
For those who actually listen to the show.
Mike introduced me to what the fuck was it? Clerks and all back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were the
God.
guy that swung me to finally watch the damn the damn movie and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
And
planning a
that-
trip to Jane Silent Bob's Secret Stash soon, too.
Oh, is that the what's that now?
That's the comic book store down in Jersey.
Yeah.
in Red
Oh, is that the
There
comic
is
book man
nothing
thing?
in this world that will make me go to Jersey.
Bank. All right. There are two places in
It is
America.
a terrible town. Oh wait, guess who is from Jersey?
Becky?
She who shall not be named.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. There are two places in America I will never go. Florida and Jersey.
Oh, Florida's
Both
horrible.
for the same reasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida.
I would much rather live in Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah.
Than New
I'm
Jersey.
Never, ever going to
But
Jersey.
that being said, this one little area in Jersey is beautiful.
Really?
It is like, this is where Bruce Springsteen lives. This is where Bon Jovi lives. It's amazing. It looks like Rhinebeck, but not as douchey.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Where is it again?
Red Bank, New
Oh, it
Jersey.
is
Yeah.
Red Bank?
Yeah.
Like near Asbury Park.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I've passed through there with a clothespin over my nose before, but that's
This
about
is the
it.
this is the good smelling
Fucking
part.
Newark smells so bad.
Oh, it's gross.
Dude,
You're on 90. You're on like the Garden State or the Turnpike or whatever. When you cross into Jersey and you're on the Turnpike,
That smell.
yeah, it's like there's just a brown haze on everything, and that smog hits you in the face. It's like
because they buy New York City. Well, they are paid to take New York City's garbage.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that
That's
where
why
all
it
our
smells so
dumping
bad,
grounds
yeah.
is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's where all the bad stuff goes.
They should just I always thought that the best course of action would just be lay charges around the border of Jersey, blow it, push it out into the ocean, just leave it there.
I have no objection.
I think
to
that would be better.
You know that wouldn't work, right? You
Nah.
just make a canal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It
But
would be like Escape from New York.
well,
but
yeah,
in Jersey.
okay, fine. So we make a canal and we put up a wall. Instead of putting up a wall in front of Mexico, we should just put it around Jersey. That would
Yeah.
work out better, I think.
Trump for
right?
president. Blow up New Jersey.
if anybody's gonna do it, he's the guy.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why Jersey's the armpit of America. If you look at it, it's an armpit.
Yeah.
It's so nasty.
So anyway,
So from the Corrections and Omissions Department, apparently I was calling Jason Carpino John?
I think.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
so-
you only did it once, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I listened back to the audio. I'm like, I didn't say. Oh, well.
No, you definitely did.
Amy sent me the email, so
Yeah,
and
I
she's
emailed
listening.
myself.
She's
as
listening
well.
intently, so
Yeah.
I figure that's the way to go.
So-
Yeah. So what are you drinking? We always start
What are
Mike
you
with
drinking,
what
Mikey?
we basically. He always brings booze, and he talks about what he brings.
Oh, that's why I brought mine, actually.
And
I
there you
watched
go.
one before. I was actually at
Which
halftime.
episode did you watch?
It was the one where he had Shish on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a lot of
That's
fun
probably
with
our
those
best
guys.
representation. That's like our.
I would say so. It was vulgar, but it was also informative, which is
Yeah.
how I want this to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
well, why'd you have me here? I was at halftime earlier. It's October, so I wanted a German wheat beer, since that's what
Yeah.
I'm partial to. The one that I wanted, they were out, so I ended up getting Leinenkugel Oktoberfest.
Oh, how's it?
Mhm.
Not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never had it before, so I wanted to try something different.
Who's line? I know
Line-
I've seen
it's-
it around a
it's-
lot, but
They kind of got a little popular this past summer with their summer shandy,
Yeah.
which
oh, is that the one with the
it's
fucking
got, like,
lemonade in
yeah,
it?
it's got lemonade in it.
It's
all
Oh,
right.
it gets
Yeah.
worse. There's worse
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the Leinenkugel, the regular stuff, if you drink it, actually tastes a little bit like Fruity Pebbles.
Oh,
It's not
Yeah,
bad,
that's,
especially you know.
Belgian
it's
yeast.
not
man.
bad if you want to drink Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, but that's what Belgian yeast tastes. Belgian yeast tastes to me like a mix between Fruity Pebbles and chalk.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one has pumpkins in it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Imagine. It's not too bad. I like wheat beer. I'm not an IPA guy. I'm not a stout person. I really don't like Guinness all that much. Wheat beer is my forte.
It used to be all stouts for me, all darks.
Well, it used to
stout
be-
stuff. And then right before I got diagnosed with celiac, I was actually getting into the very heavy IPA stuff. I was really learning to start appreciating the hoppy flavor of it,
Mhm.
which is it's kind of good though that I was getting into that, because a lot of the gluten-free beers like Omission and even Glutenberg. Omission's not gluten-free, but Glutenberg is gluten-free, and a lot they're very heavy-handed on the hops to kind of mask the little the strange flavor you get from the weird grains that they have to use.
Yeah.
So a lot of the gluten-free stuff is a lot more hoppy. So
Yeah, they all tend to be hoppy pale ales.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean they're good and all, and it's a good goddamn thing. I started liking IPAs at the end there because
But you just can't really make a stout.
stouts are
Right.
tough, man. There's like 2 stouts that I know of, and they both suck. They're terrible. They're just gross tasting. Tastes like just like you're drinking watery molasses. It's gross.
That's really all they can make it out of.
Oh, it's nasty.
That's what I
not
think
for
of.
me.
That's what I think of when I drink like pale ales. It's just watered down piss, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the first beer I can remember drinking was what was it? I can't remember the name of it now. Green Bottle, but
Green
it's
Bottle?
like
Yingling?
no crap.
No.
I don't know. I'm already drunk. You have. Anyway, it was this pale ale, and I'm like, I'm not getting drunk at this. This is awesome. And then I drank like a Miller, and I went, uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's one of those.
Yeah. You drink like a pale ale, and you think you could get, drink an
trying
entire
to
6-pack.
I'm trying to think. Green Bottle. I don't
I'll
know.
probably
Colorado's-
drink this whole 6-pack like throughout the show.
That's a great fucking
Yeah.
beer.
So I have Bell's Two-Hearted Ale, which is probably one of the top 10 beers on the planet.
Bell's makes some of the best beer ever. Have you ever had Bell's before?
Never.
Here's a fun.
Have a sip.
Here's a fun.
Oh wait, you're sick.
Yeah, it might not be a good idea.
We'll get you a cup.
Here, just pour it in the little.
Pour it in
Put it
the
in a little
cap. All right, we can do it.
Oh, come on. We've
Make
done
sure
shots out of worse.
Capped. It's like
It's a
cap
beer cap
tasting.
full of beer.
I feel like I'm going to a beer tasting.
A very.
It's like the episode of Futurama with Oktoberfest.
Pinky up.
Did you see the episode of Futurama with Oktoberfest?
No. Yeah.
Oktoberfest became like a really swanky affair.
Oh really?
And they have these tiny little tasting cups and they spit it into the bucket.
Oh,
And you
man.
can't get drunk. So Fry drinks out of the spit bucket.
What do you think?
Anyway.
That's not
So,
bad.
yeah.
It's got a little bit of bite to it. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bell's
it's pretty
Two-Hearted
hot.
Ale. This is if you've ever had Dogfish Head 60 minutes, same style, same everything, but way better.
Yeah, theirs is
Yeah,
better.
Way better.
The 60's a little bit too malty.
It's similar on the bitterness scale, IBU or whatever. Similar alcohol wise too. I think this is about 5.5 to 6%. I'm not really 7%. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I had that.
Maybe I shouldn't drink the whole 6-pack in an hour and a half.
First time I had Bell's was that in Washington D.C. at the. I want to say, is it Washington D.C.? No, it was in Illinois. I'm sorry. When
It's
I was
pronounced Illinois.
Illinois. In
Milwaukee.
or was it no? No, I'm all fucked
Doesn't
up.
matter where you had it.
South Bend, Indiana. They had that. They had Two-Hearted Ale on cask.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's got to
And
be tasty.
Yeah, it was pretty damn good. I got pretty ripped on it too.
Yeah, I tend to go to Billy Bob's and drink 2 pitchers of this.
Well, Bell's wasn't available in New York for the longest time. You could only get it out only in I think you could get it in Pennsylvania, but that's it. That's as closest to New York as they got because of our something with our liquor
our
laws.
label laws probably.
Yeah, label laws
labeling.
are just kind of
Have to
dumb.
throw expiration dates even on water.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, these guys produce some of the best beers ever, and then of course, like only a couple years ago, they finally broke through and started shipping their shit to New York. They do they do Kalamazoo or the Expedition Stout.
Heard of that?
I haven't had that.
I think it's called the Kalamazoo. Another Kalamazoo Stout too, which is like a licorice stout. It's really
I've
good.
just had this in their IPA.
Oh, they got some great
Because they always
shit,
have this
man.
at Billy Bob's, so I think this would be a good.
They got some
go-to.
crazy stuff. They're very, very good.
I
Great
stuffed my
brewery.
face with barbecue and.
Oh man,
Billy Bob's.
Tons of this stuff.
Billy Bob's kind of fucks me up because I want to eat a lot of the stuff on there, but
You
like
can't eat almost
can't
all
eat.
of it.
Yeah, I know.
I really highly doubt that their barbecue sauce is gluten free.
Yeah, I don't know.
don't eat their nachos.
Oh, we get their nachos all the time.
Their nachos
Why?
are awesome.
One plate of nachos. You're looking at it's like a garbage can.
Yeah,
full of just miscellaneous.
$10 gets you enough nachos for 4 people.
Yeah, it's like it's like 2 bags of chips.
They used to do. Yeah, they used to do.
And they used to throw random shit on there. You'd find like olives. You're like, what the?
During football season, if you go when a game is on, they had like a football menu, and you could get like a half portion for $5. It was fucking awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, I used to live down the road from that bar too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never
kind of still do.
I used to live within walking distance of that bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when it was the Dutch Cabin.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I live like between here and there.
Nice.
It's not that I walked here. So it's like 1.1 miles from my house.
I used to live
So
It's, it's half mile. It's about 8.8. God damn, who cares?
8 miles. 8 miles? Did you just say?
He lives Eminem away. That's
no,
all.
0.8 miles.
Yeah.
No,
I used to live within walking distance of Uno's, and now Billy Bob's used to be the Dutch Cabin. So.
Oh, so you just got shitty all the time at these bars.
Who the hell goes to Uno's anymore?
I don't know.
They used to have good food, and then you realized how much fat's in it.
So
it's a deep fried pizza.
It's horrible.
Of course.
Side story.
Of course. There's like a whole stick of butter.
Side story. I was almost going to go to Chicago this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I was on Orbitz. I had the trip planned. I was looking at how much money I was going to spend.
And then I called and fucked everything up. I know.
No. It wasn't that. It was actually because of that, because you said you had other things going on.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I got nothing to do. Let me go to Chicago this weekend. And I was planning. I was like, what am I going to do? I was like, I'm going to go to a Bears game and dress up as Mike Ditka. Just
well, you're not going to be going to a Bears game this weekend.
I know. And then I was looking and I saw
because I actually know that they're in the whatever it's called.
Yeah, they're like down south somewhere in a state I'm never going to go to. No. But the Cubs were playing.
No, isn't it the World Series?
The Cubs against the Mets.
The Bears are a football team.
Oh, I thought you said the Cubs.
No, I was going to go to a Bears game.
Oh, I thought you said the Cubs like 3 times.
He also said Mike Ditka,
Oh, I don't know anything
who's
about
also
sports.
who's the
Bears.
Bears, you know.
Oh, all right.
Cubs or the
Okay.
Cubs. Now
Well, at
I'm
least you
fucking saying it.
At least you called me out on it. Otherwise, it would have been corrections and omissions. I just heard what I wanted to hear.
I wanted to go to a Bears game originally, but they were going to be away, so I was looking at baseball.
Yeah.
And I saw the Cubs were going to be playing, and I went, "Ooh, the Cubs, 2015."
Yeah,
I'm
rooting for them. Yeah.
Good segue.
Yeah. I'm totally rooting for it.
This is a prophecy 30 years in the making.
I was last night they were watching the baseball game, and it's Mets Cubs, and I would probably root for the Mets if I gave a fuck, because my uncle tried to make me a Mets fan as a child because he had all daughters. Actually, this was before he had his kids. And so he brought me to games and stuff. But
so he was a sexist. That's what you're saying?
No. No, I think they all turned out to be baseball fans, but he really had to force it. No, but this was before they were born anyway. So he used to take me to Mets games, and I barely remember it, but I just don't like sports.
No.
So I would probably root for them if it wasn't for Back to the Future. I want the Cubs to win.
Oh man, I think the MLB just went back, back in January and said, let's just give the Cubs this one.
Yeah.
You
before
think?
the,
You
before
think?
the start of the season.
Think
like,
so? It's a big.
like,
It's a big conspiracy.
It's been going on for 30 years. Michael J. Fox is fucked as it is. We might as well give him a nice little present.
Yeah.
You know?
I want Michael J. Fox to go to like Game 7 and watch them win.
Just wear the hat.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. In the movie Back to the Future 2, we're talking about everyone. Where the Cubs. Now, do they win the World Series in the movie? They won the World Series.
They win the World
That's
Series
what
in
I
2015.
thought. Okay.
Because the almanac goes through 2015.
Right. So they have to. So they have to. So they got a big hurdle to jump because they got to beat the Mets and then they got to beat whoever the hell's on the other side at this point. I don't know who's playing for who's winning for the AL.
I pay attention to hockey more than baseball, to be honest.
That's the thing. As I've gotten older, I stopped watching. I was never a huge football fan. I'd watch, but whatever.
Yeah.
I stopped watching baseball. I used to be a diehard Yankees fan, and yes, I'm a '96er, but I was 13 when they won the World Series in 1996. Of course, I'm going to be a fucking fan of the Yankees.
Oh yeah, that's around me.
Of course, I'm going to be. People break a lot of people's balls for being a quote unquote '96er. If you're a Yankees fan,
I've never heard of this before.
I think
in 1996.
Yeah, I understand the whole concept now that you've just explained that.
Right, but like everybody is like, oh, you weren't with them for the losing years. You're right. I was fucking, I was a child. I didn't know any better.
I was with them for the losing years. I paid attention. The last time I actually liked the Yankees was when Mattingly was on first base. 94, 95, the losing years.
I remember.
And it was when they started winning.
My dad used to watch.
The only things that I know about baseball is I know the few names that were on that episode of The Simpsons. When they had the softball team, because I know like the song
Daryl Strawberry.
Like, I didn't know who Daryl Strawberry was. He's crying.
Daryl.
And that's when
we
Mr.
gotta
Burns,
try and find that. We'll definitely get pulled from YouTube for that one though.
Mr. Burns yelling at Mattingly for his sideburns.
I bet you it's on YouTube though.
Oh yeah. It is.
What if we find it from YouTube and play it?
All right, hold on.
The fucking song.
So
as long as you're not broadcasting, I think it should be fine. Like the video.
Yeah, technically. We weren't even in violation of a lot of those things. We were talking about that when you first got here. We weren't really in violation of a lot of things because we're not making money off of this. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And we're not playing the full song and we're reviewing it. Yeah, this is it.
No.
Is it a mix?
Well, Mr. Burns had done it. The power plant had won it. With Roger Clemens clucking all the while.
Oh my God, there's Wade Boggs.
Tragic illness made us smile. While Wade Boggs lay unconscious on the ballroom tile. We're talking softball. From Maine to San Diego, talking softball. Mattingly and Canseco. Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw. Steve Sachs and his running with the law. We're talking Homer.
Ozzy and the Straw.
That's great.
It's amazing. You know this song still.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Oh God, man, how we were Simpsons like.
Dude, that was
fucking
1992.
Yeah,
well, that was
crazy.
when the Simpsons were good, and everybody was like, "Why did Maggie do it?" And
I
who
watched
shot Mr. Burns.
I watched an episode recently, and it was just it was horrible. I
It's
just turned
Family
it off.
Guy in yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
They're
bad.
Family Guy in yellow now.
But I mean, like if you look at the old ones, they were pretty much like Family Guy is ripping off of the Simpsons.
Everything's
they
ripping
always
off the
have.
Simpsons.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
South Park
well,
is ripping off the Simpsons.
fucking South Park did a whole episode about it.
Simpsons
so.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, where the fuck were we going with this?
We were talking about time travel, and then we started talking about baseball.
Baseball.
And
Cubs.
I mentioned that because it's the only
On the Cubs, yeah.
The Bears.
Like I feel a lot of my friends are Mets fans, but I also a lot of my friends are Yankees fans too. But like the funny thing is, they're in different leagues. You know, the Mets are in the National League. I say national. I point to my left because I'm still like
They're far away on the.
Well,
other
no, it's like in hockey. They got the East Coast and the West Coast. They got the East Division and the West Division or conference. And but I always, for some reason, National League is always in my head as the West Coast for some reason, even though the fucking Mets are in it. So the Mets are in the National League. Yankees are in the American League. So there is like huge animosity between both teams, and I'm like, you guys like
they can only play against each other in the
World Series. So what the fuck? Why
wouldn't you like both teams? That's
I don't,
stupid.
Well,
they do that Subway Series every year. You ever heard of that? The Subway Series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
yeah.
these people go ape shit for. I have friends that go just fucking bananas
That's
over the
silly.
Subway series.
But the haters on both sides,
Oh, man.
it's incredible. It's like, God damn, you guys aren't even the right. Not only are you not in the same division, you're not even in the same fucking league.
I can't understand. I don't understand why people like a certain team. I just don't understand. That's the thing that I have trouble with. You know what I mean? You're talking about, oh, I'm a diehard Yankees fan.
Mhm.
So you're a fan of an amalgam of people that can change at any time for any reason.
You're a fan of the logo.
That's
Basically.
stupid.
Yeah.
That doesn't like to say I'm a Rangers fan. Sure, that's fine, but why? Because you live there?
Yeah.
That it's weird to me.
Yeah.
Well, when we
I mean,
were-
I get it. You need somebody to root for, but it's like you watch NASCAR. I'm a fan of that driver because I think he's a good driver and I think he's a cool guy.
Right.
That makes sense to me. You're not a fan of fucking Office Depot.
Yeah.
You know,
I like Staples.
I don't get it. You
I
know,
prefer Staples.
You know, you don't root for fucking what's his face because he's in the Home Depot car.
I actually heard this explanation years ago in a bar. Some guy was talking about the Giants, and it makes sense. The reason that we all go for the team like the Yankees or the Mets is because we grew up watching the Yankees or the Mets. That's
Yeah.
all you could see on TV. There was no
Well,
satellite
this
dish.
is why I
Yeah.
don't like baseball because my dad didn't like baseball.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was because when we were younger. That's all we watched. That's all we could watch was Yankee game, Met game. We couldn't watch, the Angels play unless it was a movie or something.
Mhm.
But now that we have demand and sports packages,
You can watch anything.
you can watch anything. I watch Chilean soccer for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
It's amazing what I can watch.
Yeah, I don't understand the appeal of watching sports. It just does nothing for me. It's
You have to
so
be there to
boring.
enjoy it.
But-
Watching on
but
TV
then
is so
then there's
boring.
people who are they're obsessed with sports, and I say I don't really like sports, and they'll continue to talk about their team for 20 fucking minutes. As I'm like,
The Yankees are the best team. Steinbrenner put something special together.
Well, they're the best team because they have the most money.
Yeah, basically.
That's all that it comes down to.
In baseball,
Yeah.
it really does come down. But like a lot of people had that argument with the Yankees, but like for a while there, most of their guys were all farm. Like their top guys were all farm raised. You
Yeah.
know, they were all
Yeah.
rookie. They started out as rookie. Jeter was started as a Yankee,
yeah.
ended as a Yankee.
like-
Mariano Rivera started as a started as a Yankee,
Yeah, but
ended as a
do you
Yankee.
think
I think.
do you
These
think if
guys-
they didn't have the money that they had, they would have been able to keep him?
Touche.
To
Yeah,
me, these guys
can't
were
argue
grown in the
that.
lab.
They wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah.
That guy could go to any team that he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Free hit.
He seriously could have just said, "Who's going to give me the most money?" And the Yankees said, "Don't do that. We'll give you the most money."
Hockey right now is like the only team sport I can actually. Soccer, I'll watch soccer a little bit, but it's okay here and there. But
It's grown on me a little bit.
yeah,
I
that's
feel
the thing.
when I
It's
watch
starting to grow
hockey, I
on.
feel like a cat, like watching the little laser pointer go around. It's very entertaining because it's so fast.
That's actually really
Yeah,
good.
those guys.
You know,
what they
like
do in an
I
hour.
like I'll be sitting in a bar and it'll be like I guess I'd be like a Ranger fan just because Ryan is like that. That's seriously, I guess I'm a Ranger fan because
Yeah,
Ryan is.
you got to pick a team, and
Yeah,
it makes
so
it a little
stick
bit
with
more.
it.
It makes it a little more fun if you pick
well, yeah.
something and you're rooting for them. You know.
Yeah, what I used to do when people would make me go to a Super Bowl party, I would take because every fucking year I get made to go to a Super Bowl party. I would basically read the room and root for the team that everybody was not rooting for.
Yeah.
Oh, you were
not
that
to
guy.
not to be a dick, but just like it makes it a little more interesting. Now I can make a bet.
But he
You know what I
said
mean?
like he says, "Oh, I'm gonna root for the team." But if you know him well enough, you know that he's just like he's just standing there. They score a touchdown, and he just goes, "All right."
Woo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Woo.
But like
Yeah.
if I put $5 on the game, then it makes it interesting. But that's the only way to make it interesting for
Yeah.
me. I don't know. Like I would say I'm a Packers fan for football just because my brother is.
Cheese
The
heads.
cheese hats are entertaining, I guess. I don't know. I just don't get it.
That's why people like the Packers, just because of the cheese hats.
Yeah. And fucking Brett Favre's just a gem of a person. He's great.
You think so?
He's great he was awesome in Something About Mary.
He's got a decent dick too.
Didn't rape any women.
I didn't see it. I don't seek
Didn't
that kind of
kill any
thing out.
dogs.
Huh?
Didn't rape
Yeah,
any
he
women.
just seems like
Didn't
a
do any
nice
dog
fucking
fights.
guy.
Yeah, no dog fights.
Brett
Yeah.
Favre. All-American.
Favre.
Favre. He's
Favre.
the All-American footballer. Now he's doing ad for Lee Jeans or something.
Yeah, he got
Or Wrangler.
He got
I'm
yeah,
wearing Wrangler
There you
jeans
go.
right now.
Don't
I think I'm wearing a Wrangler shirt
don't
too.
say that out loud.
I went to Kmart yesterday.
Oh. It's all right.
I was like, you know what? I want to buy 3 shirts and a pair of jeans and spend less than $80. That's about it.
He got in trouble for a long time ago for sending his dick pics to what the fuck's her name? She's like a sideline reporter for ESPN or something. Or
Aaron.
I remember
Aaron,
this.
Yeah, Aaron. Goddamn.
Anderson.
Aaron Anderson. She's hot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got in trouble for sending her dick pics.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's great.
You could prove that one.
That was hacked. That was like when it was. I think it was still flip phones back then. Maybe.
I miss my
No, this wasn't that long ago.
It was It was a while ago,
dude. I've had a touch. Do you think Brett Favre has like the fucking shittiest phone? No.
You got to remember, iPhones didn't come out until like 2007.
Yeah, but
it hasn't even.
2010.
Oh, so he probably had a shitty.
Yeah.
So it's 5 years ago.
Android.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I had a like a phone with a touchscreen before the iPhone came out. No,
Yeah, I
iPhone
did.
was kind of the first
I
one,
had
wasn't it?
Oh no, BlackBerry Storm.
That was well after the iPhone, though.
That was before the iPhone.
Because I remember it kind of clicked.
You had to
I don't
click the
remember.
screen down.
Yeah.
In order for it to register, but LG had one, LG Dare. I love that phone. I think that was great. And I'm
excited to get a new phone, and I need to like resist the urge to shoot this one. I shot my last one at the shooting range.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Because it was
Great.
so shitty.
You went Elvis on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Verizon.
But I really want to do that with this one. It's pretty cool. They kind of explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the battery,
Watch
it
the
like
video.
sparks.
There's a video of someone with a hammer against a Samsung battery.
Yeah.
And you see it in slow motion, slowly like this, and then boom.
Yeah,
catches fire.
lithium ion is incredibly unstable.
No fucking way.
They don't allow
If
you to go
if
through an X-ray with your shoes on, but they allow you with
Yeah.
the phone with an
Dude,
explosive.
Yeah, it's a very small explosive.
Yeah.
You can light a pretty crazy fire with
No
these things.
fucking
Yeah, I've done
way.
it before. It's not good for the radio, so I'll just explain it instead
Yeah,
of showing
it'll
the
just
video.
it'll just.
But
Be
you can
Basically-
you can take your. Okay, so survival item.
Yeah.
Let's say you crash in a fucking lake, right? Your phone's fucked. The battery's still fine as long as it's not dead. Pull the battery out, stab your knife into it, it fucking lights on fire. It's amazing.
You have a compact napalm and
the lithium
thermite
ion
explosion.
lithium-ion batteries, when they're exposed to oxygen, immediately ignite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. That's why you can't throw them in the garbage. You're not supposed to.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
You're supposed to take them to a retailer for disposal.
Yeah. And you have to pay the retailer sometimes.
And that's also why when you go to the junkyard, they won't take lithium-ion batteries.
Well, when we got our Droid Maxes,
oh wow,
we sent our S3s to the soldiers. Yeah. We did the good thing.
I didn't want to be
We
a
did the
dick and send them
wholesome
such a
thing.
shitty fucking phone.
And now Bosch's dick
God.
pics are in
And you know
Iraq.
what? And
yeah,
somebody-
Bosch's dick pics are in Iraq.
Somebody said something recently. It was like a comedian mentioned it to another comedian. I saw it on Twitter. I think it was like Jim it was
Jeffries?
Joe Rogan, and like I think Ari Shaffir were talking on Twitter about something. And it corresponded with when I had my S3. Remember I was telling you that all of a sudden just started shitting the bed? Just out of nowhere. It was perfectly fine. I never had a problem with it. And all of a sudden, boom, it's fucking just unusable.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan posted something about how the new iPhone or whatever, or the new Samsung or whatever came out, and his phone immediately started taking a shit. His old Samsung started taking a shit. That's the same time my Samsung, I had the early one. That's the same time that started taking a shit as soon as when they came out with the S6.
I know where you're going with this.
I know.
But I actually did a bunch of research on this 2 days ago.
You did?
I just ordered a new phone.
How fucking funny.
Yeah. The reason for that is so this phone generation blah 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 doesn't. This is just an LG Volt or something. It's like $100 phone from Virgin. This is like a 4-year-old phone when I got it.
Right.
Damn.
Right. Because like you buy for Virgin, you buy like a 3-year-old model.
Yeah.
And it's way cheaper because you have to pay for it outright. You can't. You can't
they
do
got
the
rid of that
contract
now.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more $100 for a brand new phone bullshit.
Yeah.
You got to pay everything full price.
Shit.
Yeah, so I bought this like $100 phone. This would have been a great phone in 2011, but it's garbage now. And the reason that it's garbage now is because it's 3G, not 4G. That's a big part of it. So it doesn't work with the network as well. And also a big thing, this has a certain amount of RAM, right? which was fine for all the apps that you run on it before. Where are you going?
You gonna take a leak?
Oh, the fucking Xbox.
Oh boy.
I didn't notice it this time.
Oh.
So the big thing, this was designed, it has a certain amount of RAM, right? Which was perfectly fine and worked very well. But then you notice your automatic updating on all your apps.
Yeah, it's updating
your fucking
every
Facebook
fucking day.
app now requires more RAM because it has more features.
Oh,
your fucking Beyond Pod app needs more RAM because it has more features. As your apps get better, they start to take up more room and they need more memory. So your phone starts taking a shit. So when you upgrade to the new operating system for Android, now it's another big chunk of RAM. I can't upgrade to the newest version of Android on this phone because there's not enough RAM.
Shit.
I had to delete apps on this because it just wasn't working.
So they're just moving so fast that the phones
it's that
are
the software
dead
the
in
software
like 2
can
years.
update, and it's a big problem for Android, which is why my iPhone 4 was still working. It still works fine now.
Mm-hmm.
I use it as an iPod. It's great.
Yeah.
Right? You have it, I think. Yeah. I have to take that home.
I'm the only materialistic one.
Anyway,
S4 right now.
So that's the big thing. The iPhones, they have an update in between models, and then it gets to the point where you can't update it anymore. And then at a certain point, it's not even going to be able to handle syncing to your computer.
Yeah.
So these are the independent software producers and stuff. They can do whatever they want. It's not the same with Apple.
Oh, okay.
So that's the big thing. It's that the RAM in your phone is not enough to handle all the shit that you're trying to get it to do. Even though it's the same shit that you were doing 6 months ago, the software demands more RAM.
All right, so
so that's the problem.
Conspiracy theory, real quick, blown to shit.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, there is a certain.
I was like, son of a bitch.
There is a certain amount
There
is a certain amount of built-in obsolescence. They can. It doesn't cost them any more money to give the thing 2 gigs of RAM versus 1.
I started believing.
Doesn't cost them any more money.
Contrails and Bigfoot.
Yeah, for half a second.
I have a friend that believes in that.
Yeah.
Well, Bigfoot. That Bigfoot lives. That's real. No, it's the contrails, the jet. You know the.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a friend that's hardcore into that.
A friend of ours.
And I keep telling him like the exact scientific reason why it happens. Nah, there's got to be something more to it.
It's chemicals. It's Valium in the air.
It's a fucking cloud.
Yeah.
It's a cloud.
Oh,
you can make a cloud in a lab. You can make a cloud. You can definitely make a cloud in the sky.
They have a cloud alarm clock now. Did you see that?
What?
It's this tower thing. It looks just like the old World Trade Center towers. And what it does is it creates weather inside this little glass box.
That's awesome.
So if it's like thunder and lightning,
get a little closer to the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't like
your whiskers should be touching it pretty much.
See, and they've been growing out too.
Yeah.
I have a Halloween project going on. Involves this mustache.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's this glass tower, and if there's like a rain or cloudy or something, it creates clouds and little strobe lights for lightning bolts and all this other.
No
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want one.
Fucking weird technology, man. I have a.
Do we want to get back to time travel? You could use lightning to segue to Back to the Future if you want to be real happy.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yes.
Sorry.
When lightning strikes the clock tower. I don't know at the time.
I had some wacky fucking theory when I was drunk, and I should have written it down.
I just didn't have time to watch.
I couldn't do all of them.
I've seen Back to the Future a million fucking times.
On repeat.
I just haven't. Because of the year,
I know it pisses me off. I was gonna go as Marty from 2015 for Halloween.
I
was
like, a lot of people are gonna do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped. I was gonna actually buy the pink hoverboard on eBay and make my own.
No, you know what you need to do. You know what you need. You need to pick an obscure fucking person, like be Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could be mayor.
I
could go into something bad on that one. I won't.
You figure out how to be.
That's all right.
Marty's dad from the future with for the upside
we
down.
Need,
Glover.
Amy and
Crispin Glover.
Before I forget, Amy and I decided that we're throwing a party at Joe's house for Halloween. So after your trick or treaters are done, you should come by.
Joe,
Jess,
if you're watching this,
maybe we'll go there.
Why throw one when you could just go over to the
Joe,
one that's already
if you're watching,
happening?
get this ready and hide Adrian's gun.
But yeah, I ordered my Sasquatch mask, and I bought everything to make a burger
Oh
costume.
yeah, he's gonna be Beef Squatch.
Beef Squatch.
From Bob's Burgers.
You dick. I was gonna go as Bob's. I was gonna go
Yeah.
as Bob this year.
That would be amazing if you did, because she's going as Louise.
We were. I was gonna go as Bob. Kat was gonna go as Linda, and that's what we were gonna do. And they were like, "No, I got a better idea.
You should do it.
Ron Swanson and Tammy."
That's great.
You ever
too.
watch Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
started
Are you
on
gonna
the-
fucking do the mustache that's worn off in the middle?
No, I'm not gonna. I can't do that.
I don't
No,
know.
it's. I was gonna go as Ron Swanson. I got the red shirt. I bought it on eBay. I was gonna.
Yeah.
The hair's already like this. The mustache. I bought a mug that says "Give me all the bacon and eggs." I bought a really shitty candy bar looking phone on eBay the other day. So it's just one of those flat phones with the key still out. Before flip phones. Before flip phones. And I'll put it on my side and I'll get a little name badge and all that shit. And she's just gonna walk, and I'm just gonna walk around a party and hold my mug and just be like, "She's near," and then she'll come walking up to me like, "Who wants to have sex?"
Is that that's his? Is
It's his
that,
real wife,
That's his
yeah.
real wife in the
That's his
show,
real
right?
wife.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is. The
They
chick
were in
from-
Hotel Transylvania too.
Yes, we just noticed that too. The entire
Wow.
time,
It's so
I'm getting
good.
nudged while watching. That's Ron and Tammy. That's Ron and Tammy. Like, I want to watch the fucking movie.
He's a funny motherfucker, man. I watched his stand-up, American Ham,
Nick Offerman is hilarious.
and it's like it's like rules of being like a man or something like that, and rules of being a gentleman or something like. And his whole stand-up is basically based around these rules, and it's just like rule number 4: smoke pot. And it just goes back like and it's just like this big huge thing. He's like chopping a block of wood in slow motion. It said rule number 4: smoke. It says smoke marijuana, and then it goes, and it's like back to him on the stage, and he goes, "Yep," and then it goes rule number 5.
Yeah, that stand up was great.
There was a
Is
video.
that still on Netflix?
I don't think I haven't seen it, but
There was
yeah,
a-
it was
We
pretty good.
keep getting sidetracked from time travel, guys.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
yeah.
what the hell? Sorry.
All right, let's talk about your list.
Well, I was trying
yeah.
to say before is I didn't have enough. I had a bunch of shit going on this week. I didn't have enough time to watch Back to the Future again. I've seen it a million times.
Oh yeah.
But I watched Terminator Genesis last
That movie
night.
sucked.
It was not good.
That
no.
movie flat out.
I loved it,
fucking
though.
Sucked. I cannot watch Daenerys Targaryen or whatever her name is with an English like American accent, brunette.
It
It doesn't
was-
work. It ruins the whole wet dream for me.
Yeah,
I
I
just can't.
It was
I liked
weird.
it. I think it was just so much better than I thought it was going to be, and they did a good job writing it.
They did a great job with Arnold
Yeah.
explaining how he gets
Yeah,
older.
yeah.
Without that, I would have been like, "You fucking turds." But
Yeah.
it was
It was a creative and smart way to not spend a lot of money doing a full CG Arnold.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
so they used a little bit to make him look a little younger in the beginning. They colored his hair,
Yeah.
and then he is the way he looks towards the end.
And they revitalized. They also revitalized the
franchise.
The franchise
Yeah.
too. 'Cause
Well,
they could start
and
doing
now it's
other
also set up that they could do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah,
want
it's all
to see
alternate reality.
I want to see an after Judgment Day Terminator movie
That would be awesome.
Like
with
Salvation?
no original characters,
Like-
with no characters from the other movies.
Oh, you're just talking
just the
like
war.
the Resistance. Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
That would be not bad.
Like I liked Salvation, but it could have been way better. They tried too hard with
And
Salvation.
that's 2017 in the original movie.
The
in 1984, they
Yeah.
went to the future of 2017.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got 2 more years of that shit.
The time travel in those movies confuses me only because the cyclical nature of it.
Yeah, it's always a loop.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Where does it begin?
It never. It began at some point when Skynet woke up.
But that's the thing. Like,
No, the whole thing is with Terminator, the theme,
Mhm.
right? No fate but what we make is
Mhm.
not true.
yeah,
It's not true. It is inevitable that Skynet will happen and it will destroy the human race, and we need to fight it and win.
Mhm.
Right? There is no stopping it. Judgment Day will happen.
Mhm.
No matter what we do.
Listen
and they
all-
keep moving
listen
it
all you
forward.
you Jesus freaks.
Yeah, we keep we keep putting it off, and that's what happened in this movie, the 2017.
Yeah.
You know, it's still going to happen. It's just going to happen on its own
In a different way.
it's inevitable.
Mhm.
It is what will happen. It's the direction that the human race is going to take, no matter what. So they keep prolonging it, but it keeps happening because the
Right.
last one was supposed to be in '96.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all
You
different
know?
outcome now.
Yeah.
All right. So because of the
Because of the first time it happened, it just accelerates. They
Changes and goes. in
It
different
goes.
weird
It
loops.
goes. It happens. The first time it happens,
Mhm.
humans win the war, and the machine goes, well, we made this time machine just in case this happens. They send the T-800 back, and then the T-800 accelerates the process and makes it easier for the human race to make that happen.
Because of the second movie where they find the chip in the arm and all
So
that
what I
shit.
wanted to talk about, what we were starting to get into is the different types of time travel theories.
Yeah.
Right? Because the idea of you going back and creating something is technically not possible if you think too much about it. So Back to the Future time travel is way different than Terminator time travel. Terminator time travel, once you step out of the time stream, you're not affected by it.
Yeah.
So if you go back in time, kill your own grandfather, you're still there.
Yeah.
You're fine. You never are born in the future, but in the past you still exist. You go back to a future that is changed for you.
So that is more like a Schrodinger's cat kind of thing, where there's parallel
with
universes.
Back to the Future, the problem with Back to the Future, this is what I was really, really touching on. Like, I'm still working it out, but the thing is, the second he got back there, he would have disappeared. Because the him that went back in time no longer exists. You know what I mean? If he can go back in time and cause his parents to not ever get together, right? Then how does he go back to a future where he has changed all of these things, yet he himself is unchanged?
You'd think at least his name would be changed since she.
How is he still wearing the?
Was like Marty. That's a good name. I'm gonna wait until my third child to name the kid Marty.
Yeah.
And he's still,
so that's another thing.
And his personality doesn't change.
How would his personality not change? It would have been. So let's say he goes back to the future, and there's not an alternate version of himself, which there probably would be, because he's now left the time stream, gone back, and it bifurcated, if you will.
Big word usage.
Yeah, into two separate time streams. So when he went back to the future, it's not his future anymore.
Hang on, visual aid.
That's the third. That's the third podcast, by the way, that word has been used in.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm gonna do it straight from the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. He's drawing Doc Brown's timeline that he drew on the chalkboard.
Somehow, the time-space continuum got skewed into this alternate reality.
The time continuum got skewed into alternate night. Sorry, it's not.
Yeah. So then once you're in alternate 1985, you can't go back to 19. You have to go back before the change.
Hence 1955.
Right? But the thing is, I read a short story a long time ago. I can't give you the author or the title. This is just something that I read like 20 years ago.
I thought you were saying you can't give it to me.
I can't give it to you because I don't know it.
Oh.
But
I thought I wasn't allowed.
There was this future. It's like a dystopian kind of future, right? Where time travel is invented and it's done. Like they know how to do it, right? But if you go in the past, you never come back.
Oh.
The reason for that is you go into the past, you change anything. You're there and you breathe. And then you go back to what you perceive as your own future, and it's not.
Are you talking about the Butterfly Effect, that really shitty movie with what's his name?
No,
Where they literally stepped on a bug and like everybody turned
But it's based on that
mantises.
idea.
Yeah.
It's not that. No, it's a short story where this guy, it's his job to travel to the future and bring back technology.
So it's like time cop. Like
yeah. So kind of like he goes to the future, he finds stuff, and then goes back, and it's a very covert thing. Like you're not supposed to do it, I guess, but this company does it. And he was talking about how somebody decided to go into the past, which you're not supposed to do, and he never came back, and he wouldn't, because the time stream that you're in, you travel out of it. You can't not change anything. You leave a footprint. You affect. You affect. You doing that splinters it off, and then you go to the future of the new time stream, and you don't know the difference. To you, it's exactly the same.
Okay.
But to us,
imagine what would happen if you went, like, say we went to, I don't know, we unearthed King Tut's coffin or something, and you saw an iPad on top of his coffin. You would flip a shit. That would be the alternate reality of what's going on. You'd be like, oh, people went back in time, so now we're waiting for that time when people go back to drop off an iPad at King Tut's palace or something. It's many different branches.
Just
it's
what I'm saying.
like,
what I'm saying is that if he's able to make his parents split up and he's never born, he couldn't have gone back to change that in the first place.
Okay.
Right. So if he disappears, why is it why is it based on time? Like why does it doesn't make any sense?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like why?
Because it's
like
based on linear.
it's based on a linear time frame.
Yeah.
So he has to get his parents to fall in love at this exact moment, or he disappears.
And he was already
That's
halfway disappearing
silly.
too.
That doesn't make any sense. This is the same thing with Bill and Ted. It's the same thing with Bill and Ted, where the clock's always ticking in San Dimas. Why? You have a fucking time machine.
You could always have more time, but apparently not according to Bill and Ted.
but not according to the storyline that was written out by the writers of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You
the
have
clock's
to admit,
always ticking back in San Dimas, but nowhere else.
You have to admit that's the best stoner movie. Of
Well,
the
especially
90s.
because they go.
Yeah,
they,
absolutely.
They do the thing. Hey, we'll just go back a week after we're done, and we'll hide his keys there. And then they go over there, and the keys are there.
Oh, we'll put
because
a
they hid them
garbage
there a
can
week
over
ago.
here. Yeah.
So that means the clock isn't always ticking in San Dimas, because after they have already won and everything's fine, they go back a week, steal his keys, and then put them there.
Yeah.
So why couldn't they just go? Oh, well, we'll just go back in time again. Doesn't make any sense.
The sad thing is, the guy that plays Death in Bill and Ted 2,
William Sadler.
yeah, he lives in this area.
Oh, yeah.
I've met him like 3 times.
Yeah.
I've seen him at
He's been
Brasserie.
shit-faced drunk every time.
Allegedly.
I used to work a long time ago at a home improvement store where you go to get stuff for your home. That is a depot. And,
I used to work there.
it's like a horrible job. Anyway,
terrible.
He's come in a couple times, and I always like ask him one or two things every once in a while. And one was, why don't you ever don on the robe again? It would be so great. And he just looked at. Apparently, that's the thing that everybody asks him. It's not Die Hard 2. It's not Shawshank Redemption. It's Death. And he
Or the Toxic Avenger.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
I think
that
it
was
was
filmed in
I think-
Poughkeepsie too.
Was he in?
Yeah.
Was he in?
I just watched
I watched the first one. That was
Disturbing Behavior. Remember that movie?
Katie Holmes.
Yeah,
She was naked.
way back when.
Was
Yeah.
she naked in that?
Oh
one?
yeah, I think so.
Really?
You're thinking.
I
of
think
the
I would have
Gift.
remembered that.
You're thinking of The Gift. She was naked in The Gift. I remember
don't
watching The Gift because of that.
That was Katie Holmes' Dawson Creek. So that was like, ooh, she's a teenager,
Anyway.
even though she wasn't, and she was like really like 25, 26. But we were all teenagers back then, so it was like, ooh, weird.
Yeah.
What happened? What just
No,
happened?
he played the guy, the janitor, who's always like talking about rats. Like he's all like
Oh,
hates
man.
rats, but he's actually like fighting against them.
Anyway, I asked him if he would do that, like, you know, if he could ever be Death again, another Bill and Ted movie, and he always just gave me shit, like, just looked at me like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly they're making another Bill and Ted movie.
Oh no.
Oh, they're all on
Yeah.
board for it. They just
Yeah.
gotta wait for the writing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know about Death, but
Yeah.
what's his name and Keanu Reeves?
Can
I don't remember
Bill-
the other guys. Bill S. Preston Esquire.
Bill S.
Ted
Preston
Peter
Esquire.
Logan.
His name, I think his name was Bill something.
I don't know.
Bill Sadler.
What the hell does he look like?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the big flaw in the Back to the Future thing.
Yeah.
That's what doesn't make sense to me. They would need to explain that there's some sort of a time frame, like once it's changed that you start to decay. Like your timeline has a certain amount of time to repair itself before you disappear, but they never address that.
If you look at Time Cop, you watch Time Cop, everything you do in the past is a ripple, like a visual ripple that changes the future.
Mhm.
And it's actually a pretty, aside from it being a kind
All
of
right,
shitty
well,
movie,
yeah,
it was a good
We're talking
theory.
about Time Cop with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Anything you do
yeah.
in the past is a ripple to the future.
It's a
and
movie
it
that I loved
immediately
when I was a
affects it.
child.
I remember when the purse snatcher was in the
The
mall.
Yeah.
And he kicks at him and he stops his,
Read between the lines.
Yeah, what's that say?
Wolverine.
Read between the lines. I should get the fuck out of here. That movie was so fucking bad. That's all I remember from it,
But
really.
it was a good action movie back then, especially for '94, where you're like, oh, they went back to 1800s and stole Civil War gold.
When did that movie take place?
94, 2004.
So in 2004,
at the beginning
we
of
have
the movie-
Boxy self-driving cars.
That you just say home.
Yeah, he's all drunk and he just goes, "Take me home."
Yeah, and it looks like something out of Star Trek that's driving you.
Yeah, it looked terrible. It looked like a shuttlecraft from the original Star Trek.
In the beginning,
He had like a periscope and shit.
Yeah.
in the very beginning, before they blow up his house and kill everybody, he goes, "Home," and he like rubs his forehead.
Oh yeah, no
they
new
used
messages.
they used the same edit at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
When he comes back after fixing everything, it might be
Yeah,
worth
yeah.
watching. They instead
It's
of
not worth watching.
instead of filming a new one where he sits in the cab and goes home because he's not really sure if he's changed anything.
Yeah.
They just used the same cut. They
Yeah.
were like, we don't have to refilm.
I think. Well, anyway, I think that's what time travel would be like. Is something you do in the past affects it immediately in the future. There's no time here is the same time here.
Yeah, I think
there's no fading.
Okay.
It just boom, snap judgment.
My
snap.
theory on it would be is that time travel to the past is not possible.
So
that's what I think.
Oh,
I don't think it's possible
again,
in the future. I don't think it's possible to go into the future.
That's already proven. We're doing it every day.
Oh yeah.
GPS satellites travel in the future every day.
Oh yeah, is it like 1 or 2 seconds or something like that?
It's a little less. It's a lot less than that. It's like milliseconds.
Yeah.
But if you, we didn't talk about this, did we? Last time, I don't.
We're
remember.
getting really
I didn't
into
listen to last
gravitational physics right now.
Okay, this is a proven thing. We know we can do it. It's logistical. It's a problem. If you took a space crew and had them orbit a black hole for 2 years, there would be a huge difference.
Oh yeah,
right. So for their 2 years, 20 years could pass on Earth, depending on the gravitational.
It'd be
pull.
like the interstellar theory.
So basically, the closer, exactly.
Yeah.
That movie, all those things that they're talking about, that's exactly true.
They go
that's,
down. They go.
That's not theory anymore. It's proven.
I haven't seen Interstellar.
See Interstellar.
Interstellar is
it's fucking great.
Good?
The most scientifically accurate sci-fi.
It's a
movie.
little.
Really?
It's a little touchy feely. You're gonna be like, fucking bitches.
All right, picture 2001, but
it's a little
real.
lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
But the science is fucking spot on.
They actually used Kip Thorne. I don't know if you know who that guy is. All right, there's Stephen Hawking, and then there's Kip Thorne. Those are the two guys.
I know the name. I just.
Stephen Hawking, obviously.
He was in Men in Black, right?
No, that's Rip Torn.
Oh.
No, I know
Kip
that
Thorne.
you knew that.
Yeah.
I could this fucking smirk on your face. They couldn't see it at home, so I thought I would.
Michael Jackson?
I thought I would give you what you needed.
She's not crippled. She's just lazy.
There's two physicists on the top of their league. There's Stephen Hawking.
I'm sorry.
Everyone knows who Stephen Hawking is.
Stephen Hawking and
Yeah.
Kip Thorne. But of course, Stephen Hawking gets all the credit when Kip Thorne actually is like his equal almost.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have a fancy wheelchair or an iPod.
Fancy wheelchair.
Or an iPod computer talking to everybody.
Okay, so the idea with that movie is if they enter. Okay, so they were able to calculate how much time they would lose. You're not listening.
I'm listening. No, I didn't want to. Here, no, you're not allowed to look at that.
Oh no! I already know what you're gonna do.
Anyway,
okay,
the
so
4Ds.
So they would know. Okay, so we're gonna go down into this galaxy system, whatever. The thing is, if they're in a solar system where there was more gravity, they could lose a ton of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like for every 20 minutes we're down here, we're losing years, right? So essentially, they get stuck on a planet, and in one fell swoop for them, it was like not very long.
It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. They come back. It's been 16 fucking years for the guy that's been on the spaceship.
And
that
it's been
poor
even
fuck.
longer on
Yeah,
Earth.
even
too.
longer on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for the guy in the spaceship, it's been 16 years, and on Earth, it's been 30.
And Matt Damon.
And there's no way to go back.
So they have to save Matt Damon again.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, I did watch The Martian. That was the shit, but that's
Was that
not
a good
time
movie?
travel.
Okay.
It was
No,
great.
That was just another.
Yeah, it was nice.
Good movie.
You can watch it for free online.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of good websites.
Allegedly.
Oh no. there ain't no
Anyway.
allegedly.
So I want to go through. This is so. Mike comes in here. He's
Oh,
like,
and by
these are all the movies that I could think of off the top of
Real
my
quick
head, and it's
before you start?
quadruple. Oh, you're gonna play fucking Rip Torn?
No. Real quick, Alex Winter played Bill S. Preston Esquire.
Okay. I thought you were gonna play Rip Torn and Dodgeball.
Yeah, I didn't want to get another fucking email from Amy nitpicking everything that I do, so I wanted to make sure that I got
all right.
that across.
So let's just go through these and we'll see if we can add on a few.
Oh no.
All right. So we have
I had
all the
bad handwriting.
Terminator movies, Back to the Future, all of them. What is this one?
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
It's time travel.
I haven't seen that one.
So Butterfly Effect, there are actually 3 of those, unfortunately.
Really?
They made 3?
Yeah.
First one sucked.
Yeah.
They made 2?
Yeah.
They made 1?
Doctor Who, which I have not checked out.
Yet to watch a single episode.
yeah.
I just know it's about time travel.
Quantum Leap.
Oh,
the TV show.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Quantum Leap was fantastic.
I love that show.
We've got
Scott Bakula, Unnecessary Roughness.
We've got Looper.
Or, I'm sorry, Necessary Roughness.
Looper.
was the
Did
name.
you like Looper?
Looper was fantastic.
That was a
Love
good
that movie.
I love that movie.
Star Trek 4. Remind me on which one that one was. Was that
That
the one
one-
where they go back and
They
save
get
the whales?
They get the whales.
Yeah, yeah. And they give the formula for
Not a Star Trek fan.
Transparent aluminum?
Transparent aluminum.
Come on, I'm a movie freak.
Well, I'm having trouble with your handwriting. Safety not guaranteed.
Oh, that was an independent movie. The guy that made Jurassic World.
Yes, I did see this.
You told me about
This
that.
movie-
I'm in
If you
love
know
with
what that
her.
is.
she's amazing.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
Ken.
yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah,
it's amazing. This movie is a low budget movie, and you think it's going to be stupid, but you watch it and you just slowly get sucked into it. And it's about a guy that puts an ad out in a newspaper,
For time travel.
Need
Yeah.
someone to come with me for time travel, and then the last line, safety
I've
not
heard-
guaranteed.
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
really
of it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
I
a comedy
loved
or is it
It's-
kind of like a?
It's like an indie
comedy drama.
Indie. It's comedy, but it's like a little bit of like romantic comedy too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite good though. It
Yeah.
might still be on Netflix.
I think it is.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check that out.
So then we have Austin Powers.
It's technically time travel with the Shaggin' Wagon.
Yeah.
Time Bandits, which have I seen that?
Terry Gilliam?
Gillian. There you go. Terry Gillian with all the little the midgets from the 80s. All right, it's Terry Gilliam. It's
I
a
haven't
weird
seen
movie,
it.
but
Terry Gilliam?
Gillian. There you go. Terry Gillian with all the little the midgets from the 80s. All right, it's Terry Gilliam. It's
I
a
haven't
weird
seen
movie,
it.
but it's about time travel.
Oh, okay.
What is Deja Vu? Wasn't that the one where they could see the future?
That was the one where Denzel Washington had that Hummer decked out, and he could like
no.
look into
Deja Vu was so that you could see the past,
through a machine,
but you couldn't change it. I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
He was trying to solve a murder
Yeah.
by looking into the past.
This is making me think of a couple other ones that kind of might apply.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck was it? It might be on your list. I haven't gone through them all, but the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's on there. Donnie Darko.
No, not Donnie Darko. He did a movie where he was a soldier, and he was in like a capsule.
Source Code. I think
Source
that's on there.
Code. Source Code.
I think that might be
Yeah.
on there actually.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
was-
good one
that was
too.
good.
I'm
Really
sorry.
freaky.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
That one was basically he was like in a pod, and they keep sending him back to a train explosion.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Kind of like
there's a
Edge of
twist.
Tomorrow?
There's a twist.
No, there's a big twist at the end, which we can't give you if you haven't seen it. It's
Okay.
it's good.
I don't think-
You will see it coming a mile away if you pay attention, but we're all talking about you, so who knows?
Hey.
Yeah.
I was
All right,
able
what
to.
is this one? Peggy Sue.
Peggy Sue got married.
Didn't see that.
It was time travel. She had
I'm
Kathleen
thinking-
Turner
yeah.
and Nick Nolte.
Hang on,
Or
I
no,
gotta-
sorry, Nick Cage.
I have
Nick
to like
Cage.
write them down as
Nick Cage?
Yeah, in the 80s.
Hmm.
Like Coke Nick Cage. Basically, Kathleen Turner, when she's like 55 or something, has a heart attack, and when she wakes up, she's a teenager again, and she tries to change her. It's very Back to the Future-y, but without the doc.
Okay.
That's what you gotta look at. I just remember it because it's Nick Cage, and they're in the 80s is when he had the really messed up fucking hair, and he always talked like even worse than he does now. It's like, whoa, with his teeth out. Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm not even going to try. I had one of my drummers for my bands was able to do. He did this like weird thing. It was called the Faces of Cage, and he would do all of the facial expressions that Nicolas Cage does
all
in
two of them.
in like 3 seconds. No, he did a bunch of different like they're all variations, but they're all from really shitty movies. And like the last one he does is he does this. From Face Off, he's like he goes like like those are the last two faces that he does.
Oh my god!
If you
Do
listen to
it again for the camera.
I don't know the whole role, but it's like
gotta do
it's basically this.
Yeah. He's all messed up on like mescaline or something in the movie at that moment. Some weird drug that we've never even heard of nor done. So.
All right, so we have the new Star Trek. obviously.
Haven't seen.
You have not seen the new Star Trek?
I told you I'm not
Catch
a Star.
up, bro.
I
Dude,
know,
no.
Don't even talk because I
Do you
know
like Star Wars?
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say to me. I didn't look at the new Star Wars Star Trek, because I'm not a Star Trek fan. However, I know that you told me that if you're not a fan of Star Trek, to watch the new movie because you will become a fan. Because it's kind of like
it's not going to make you a fan
updated.
of the old Star Trek movies.
No, I know that.
anything.
I know
It's-
I know what you meant by that.
If you like the new Star Wars stuff, you will love the new Star Trek.
Yeah, because
Yes.
it was
You
the
don't
same
need-
guy,
same
right?
guy.
Yeah, you don't need to watch any of the old Star Trek
You
movies.
just need to kind of
enjoy
know the
this.
characters a
No,
little bit.
not at
Not
all.
even.
It's all introduced for you. They
There's only
start completely from the beginning.
one old character. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Nimoy, Leonard Nimoy. I
Yeah,
know about
Spock.
him. Yeah, Spock.
Yeah,
That's it.
there's no reason for you to not watch it if you're not a Star Trek fan.
It starts everything.
I know,
People get hung up on fucking Shatner. Like, he's the worst thing to happen to fucking Star Trek.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that part, but definitely check them out. Especially
There's something
it would actually
on the
it
wind.
actually might be easier if you're not a Star Trek fan. You don't go in with preconceived notions because, dude, you will, especially the fucking bad guys.
Oh yeah.
You will fucking love it.
Yeah.
There's some hardcore stuff. In
What the guy who played Khan? What the fuck else was he in?
Roberto Montalban.
Yeah.
Fantasy Island.
No, the
Wow.
new movie.
Oh, the new. That's What's his tits?
Yeah.
He played Sherlock. The Turing Machine. I forgot what it was called. Something. He played Alan Turing recently. I know that. I watched the movie. It was actually pretty.
Oh, it was. What's the name of that? I can't remember. What's his name? Montalban?
good. No.
That's the original Khan.
That's the original Khan.
Oh,
right.
oh, you're talking about the new guy?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Christ.
I am a Star Trek and a Star Wars fan. I'm one of those weird freaks that like both of them.
Yeah, me too.
And Star Trek 2 is the best one of the series.
Definitely. And who played the fucking Romulan? Was that Eric Bana?
Yeah, that was the original Hulk.
Yeah.
Well, not the original.
Well,
Hulk.
not the original reboot Hulk.
The original reboot Hulk.
Yeah.
From 2003.
Yeah, Eric Bana played the bad guy,
messed
the
up
one
Romulan.
that screws with the whole timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
So he plays Khan?
No,
Khan is in the second movie.
Okay.
Tom
Damn it,
Hiddleston.
I'm so
no,
fucked up.
that's Loki.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
He's like whatever his name is. He's like super popular now. He's the new Sherlock in a TV show. He's in a couple movies.
That's where I've seen him.
Yeah, he's got this really messed up, like he had bad surgery and they try to fix it face.
Yeah, he looks
like everything's kind of.
It's perfect because the way he was cast. Khan is he's a genetically engineered perfect human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So he fits that role very well because he's just like he's like a fucking he's like chiseled.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like a fucking porcelain person.
And he overacts very well.
Yeah, it's great. Really great.
Kind of like the guy from what is it?
Fucking blonde in that movie.
Jim Carrey.
The Dark Knight Rises. That one guy.
Aaron Eckhart.
They make him walk out on the ice. That guy. He was in Game of Thrones. No, he's not blonde. That guy's
Oh,
got
that guy.
He's got that stretched porcelain face.
He's so fucking weird.
I don't know. I can't remember.
You
what
can't
he
see him.
looked
It was the English accent, the American accent. I
Yeah.
knew he was British from him talking.
But he looks like a fucking robot.
Yeah.
He looks like a cyborg.
He
It's
looks
just really
like
creepy. I got to pull him up now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep reading.
like. All right, so we have Donnie Darko, which we just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The Time Machine.
Both of them. The 2001 version.
Yeah.
Portions were actually filmed at Vassar College too.
Yeah, so H.G.
Oh,
Wells.
Yeah.
Based on H.G. Wells.
The
Time
updated
Machine.
one.
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
You gotta put that
one.
in.
Yeah,
that one started a whole new X-Men thing.
Yeah,
Burn Gorman.
Like anybody knows
that guy.
That guy is fucking weird.
He
looking.
looks like Bruce Campbell's character from Escape from L.A., where his face is all smashed.
Edge of Tomorrow, which we touched on. Source Code as well. Groundhog Day can definitely be argued.
It's a time. It's a time loop.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
12 Monkeys.
Did I not put that
Have you
on?
seen that one?
Oh yeah.
No,
I've
that's
seen
on
12
there.
Monkeys.
Yeah, 12 Monkeys is a shit.
12
Apparently
Monkeys.
they made a TV show. I don't think it did well.
I like 12. I like the 12 Monkeys thing because it's
Wackos
that's-
everywhere, plaguing madness.
That's just that's that loop thing where just like that is what
It
it is.
created
It can't
itself.
be. Yeah, it created itself.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre.
Well, the
in
thing
itself.
with 12 Monkeys is that the whole idea of 12 Monkeys is that the loop starts and then it closes until it's a thing that can't be changed. Because all the information you have is information from the loop.
Right.
So it self-regulated and became this.
Yeah, they call a random phone number and they leave a message, and it's something they hear in the future, and that's what changes. So they go back and
so the message they got from the future affected them even calling in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. So as the loop kind of feeds in on itself, you're getting information from the future that's feeding what you do in the past, which makes the future happen more regularly and more efficiently. So every single motion, of course, they're going to make that decision.
I feel like I was trying to find my way to like Comic-Con and walked into a furry convention. That's how I feel right now. Like I'm so out of place and I feel strange.
Yeah.
Like
have you ever been to Comic-Con? You were out of place there too.
Do you know you wrote Tim Cop?
I'd rather watch Tim Cop than Time
That would be
Cop.
an interesting. That would be an interesting movie. What is it, Tim Cop? My spelling's gone to shit.
Frequently asked questions about time travel, which you have to watch that. It's fucking. I tried to watch it last night, but I fell asleep.
Tim Cop is about a police station that only has Tims. Tim Robbins, Timothy Dalton.
I really
Tim
wish.
Conway.
You want to know what I really wish right now? I really wish we were famous enough that someone was listening to this and would create a Flash animation based on that statement.
You never know. There was something I was reading in Reddit, and this goes back to time travel too. Sad. Reddit is the bane of my existence. That's like my crack.
Every time I go on it, I want to punch myself in the dick. Because it's just like some of the shit I find on there is so fucking annoying
it is.
And shitty.
Oh, there's some really bad stuff on
I
there.
I hate it.
But if you do it right, there's a section called What If, and it's basically what if Marty went to 1936 and Hitler and killed Hitler, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there was one where it was said, what if a Marine platoon got sent back to the what if
what was that movie?
A Marine platoon fought a Roman army, who would win? And this guy wrote this huge, like long story. Somebody noticed it, sent it to a movie house, and now they're actually making a movie based off that.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what brought me to Reddit, actually, was that. He wrote about the Marines, and he went into detail, like 3 Apache helicopters and, 600 M16. He just went into, like, real crazy detail.
Shit.
And that was it. There was nothing about the actual fight. It was just, like, the precursor.
Yeah.
And now somebody is writing a movie based off of it. And it got picked up by a movie house. Now, me, I'm not going to go do that because all I do is post pictures of kittens and, I look at French bulldogs and I go, "Daw!" So I'm not going to get famous off that. But,
so this was just people saying, what if this happened? And
what if this happened? And it's all crazy shit. It's like, what if the, Black Monday or whatever, Black Friday didn't happen? Or, what if Marty went back and killed Hitler? And it was just weird stuff.
So
like, what if the Soviet Union didn't fall and America did?
Oh,
and it just goes on
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and it's all
yeah.
these weird theories. So it's fun to read when you're on the can or if you're bored at work or something.
I'm gonna check that out. That
what
sounds
if?
fun.
I like that's kind of how they're not writing movies, but how these ideas are able to come to fruition is like, who is it? I think it was Guillermo del Toro is attached to it, and some other guy. They made a short film called The Leviathan. Have you ever seen this?
I heard of it, but
I haven't seen it.
It's just a short CGI thing that they had it on YouTube, and it's based on the premise of we were able to we started planetary discovery and everything like that. We were able to get into space, but problem is they couldn't figure out light speed. They finally found the chemical needed for light speed, and it's produced by these giant flying creatures on this weird planet called Leviathans.
Weird.
And
especially they're Leviathans and they're flying.
They're harvested. And it says something about the harvesters are mostly not volunteers, like, or something like that.
Is
Like
this
the
like
way
the
it says
Soylent
it.
Green is people or something?
No, it's like it seems to me what they're going for is that they need to kill these giant creatures to get the chemical that they need for light speed, like travel. And the people that do it, who they put on these missions, who are incredibly dangerous missions, are
not volunteers.
They're like slave labor almost. So they're like, they might be criminals or whatever the hell.
Weird.
And it's like their sentence is to hunt these things. So basically, it's just a little bit a blurb about what's going on, and then they show the whole operation. And there's
I have to
you have to check it out.
And
It's on
mean-
YouTube.
and-
I don't want to get booted just in case.
Yeah.
But like,
and meanwhile, this guy can't get Pacific Rim filmed, but he has all these original ideas. Pacific Rim 2, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just can't get all these movies made. I don't know why. He
Well,
has
he's
the most
got his
original
hands-
stories.
He's got his hands in so many things. You watch The Strain on FX?
A little bit. I want to get into it, but I want to start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. You can watch it on demand, but only on Hulu.
I hate Hulu.
My
So do
I got Netflix. And
Hang on. Well, we have two left on after Tim Cop.
Tim Curry, I forgot also.
You gonna come out with the
Tim Meadows.
You want to
stop eating my sesame cake?
No, it's the. Do you want a fish sandwich?
Okay, so we have My Science Project, which I'm not familiar with.
You haven't watched My Science Project?
No, what is it?
Tim Hopper is in it.
Dennis Hopper's brother.
Sorry. Dennis Hopper.
Oh, it is Dennis Hopper. I was fucking.
We were just on Tim.
We were on Tim Meadows. It was Dennis Hopper.
Oh, Tim Meadows, Tim
I said
Curry.
Tim Meadows a while
You
ago.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
Tim Meadows, Tim Curry, Timothy Dalton, and Tim Robbins, all in Tim Cop. Somebody's got to fucking do something about that.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
All right,
I have my work ahead of me now because I'm gonna make a fucking movie poster.
Yeah.
My Science Project was an '80s movie. It's got Dennis Hopper in it. He's a science teacher, and basically this guy gets like this alien. I don't know the specifics, but he finds this alien technology that looks like a strobe. You know, like one of those little Spencer Gift strobe lights. You touch it, and plasma balls. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things attached to some weird kind of '80s metal band guitar looking thing, and it, you go back in time. Basically, it goes out of whack, kind of like My Science Project, or what is it called? No, not the other one. Anyway, getting back to the story. Basically, this thing goes out of whack. He tries to fix it. Dennis Hopper gets stuck in this weird kind of thing, and he goes back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end of the movie, he comes back, and he was in the '60s, so he turns all Dennis Hopper-y, man, from the '60s. The cops are like, "Where have you been?" He's like, "Woodstock, winker." And he just, you just notice he did like a line right before they said action. It's kind of like Blue Velvet, basically, but
Oh,
that
that scene in fucking Blue Velvet. Get ready to fuck, you fuckers, fucker, you fucker. Baby wants to fuck. Oh my God, what a fucked up movie.
All right, so Dennis Hopper again. There you go.
Yeah.
This was like him, right when he started doing coke again.
Started doing coke again.
He was also in Space Truckers.
That was a great movie.
He was hauling.
I love that movie.
He was hauling he was hauling like dildos
pigs.
or something, right?
Square pigs. It's got
and Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's right. He was Koopa. He was King Koopa.
That was a great movie.
Dennis Hopper fucking rules, doesn't he?
He is like the king of B movies right now.
Yeah.
Fuck Bruce Campbell. It's Dennis Hopper at this point.
Speaking of Bruce Campbell, last on your list is Army of Darkness.
Yes. I did not do that on purpose. That was not a segue.
Wait, is that time travel? That's like
Army of Darkness is a time travel. He travels back in time.
I thought he traveled to a different dimension.
No, he traveled. He traveled back to the time of Eric the Red and fucking whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know when that was.
14, 15.
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants.
Maybe we could do it if I'm a Chinese jet pilot.
Yeah, I actually put a notification in my phone to get Showtime. Like, I'm going to spend however much money Showtime costs.
Oh, that's right, because they got
to watch the fucking show.
It's what is it? Evil? It's an Evil Dead
Ash
show.
Ash versus the Evil Dead.
It
looks fucking amazing.
It's like horribly, like overly campy.
And I'm super pissed because apparently Evil Dead, the reboot Evil Dead 2, is probably not going to happen.
No way.
Yeah,
The first one was so great.
There is no.
They even
did you
had
see
the root
reboot.
rape.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I heard it was good though.
It was good. It was very good. They took a lot of elements from the original that needed to be there, and then revamped it. It's
Very
it's
modern.
still got that 80s gore factor,
Yeah.
the over the top kind of thing, but it's a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
She takes a razor blade and just goes.
Yeah, I saw it in
she
the
fucking
preview. I was like, okay.
Bifurcates her tongue.
Jesus.
Bifurcates.
Just comes back around to the
You know, I'm gonna be
podcast.
using that word for the
Yeah.
next couple weeks.
Yeah,
People are
but
like, "Where the
well,
fuck did you get
on the
bifurcate?"
podcast, it's very special because we had a story that was told about a bifurcated turd.
Guy was taking.
How
a-
does that happen? Do you put
It's
like
the toilet
dental
seat.
floss down there?
It's toilet seat and angle.
Yeah.
Dude,
Listen to the podcast. We're
gonna
not
have to
getting
watch
into it
more.
again.
Yeah,
We've already
yeah.
done it.
It's
I watched-
episode like 30 something.
Yeah, it's called a bifurcated turd.
I
But there is
watched
another
one, that was
episode. There is another episode called a bifurcated turd. What was it? Practical
a
demonstration.
practical demonstration.
So listen to the first one.
I gotta,
But
I
anyway,
gotta find
so
it.
I
there
have-
it is, right there. That's
Well,
I
guys,
have I have a couple more. I have a couple more that I just kind of came up with as I was reading through this.
Okay.
So X-Men: Days of Future Past made me think of that shit movie Kate and Leopold.
you see,
with
I
Hugh
don't
Jackman.
have, but I don't have a
Yeah.
vagina, so I don't watch it.
Yeah,
like that.
no, that was something that I watched probably with someone with a vagina
Sadly,
a
though,
long time ago.
now that I think about it, I did watch it, but I was not alone.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But funny enough, did you ever see? You never saw
Holy shit, there's a cat.
X-Men Origins Wolverine?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Another
Who,
shit.
No.
who was the guy who played Sabretooth? The hell's his name?
That is Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber
Yeah.
plays. He's in the movie. He's the one that invents time travel, who figures it out and goes back and gets Hugh Jackman from the past and brings him into a shit romantic comedy in the early 2000s.
Wolverine 2.
Yeah. well, the thing is, this fucking shit movie,
X-Men Origins, Wolverine and Leopold.
Liev Schreiber figures out that that you can map wormholes in space-time, and you need to reach terminal velocity in order to go through them. So he basically
Charlie Sheen.
he maps it out and jumps off of a fucking bridge. It's the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh.
To go back in time. He takes some pictures. And what's her face from fucking When Harry Met Sally's in it? This is what you're here for. I'm bad at this.
I don't know. What's his name? Tom Hanks?
No, the girl.
Oh, Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan?
Meg Ryan.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's-
So
oh, yeah,
she's the
she's in
love
that.
interest.
I love
I'm-
Meg Ryan.
I'm
for
thinking
the
of that
longest
other
time.
one.
Yeah, so that movie's garbage. But it's
Don't watch it.
It's
It's
an
horrible.
interesting take on time travel because he figures out that there are places that it's predictable and it can happen, and basically if you jump off the Brooklyn Bridge at a certain point at a certain time of day, you travel through time.
You know, if somebody jumps
Yeah.
off the Brooklyn Bridge.
So
after
and this
they're
guy
gonna
this
look
guy
at you.
Leopold was the guy that invented the elevator.
Yeah. So if anybody out there wants
Yeah.
to try, go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
find
just
a
jump off the
hole in
Brooklyn
the
Bridge.
Brooklyn Bridge, and then
So there was also
Jump
there was
into a
also a
wormhole.
movie. There was also a movie, I forget what reminded me of it on here, but there was a movie where an aircraft carrier went back in time
Philadelphia
to World War
Experiment.
Yes.
1 and 2.
Yeah. Aircraft carrier goes back in time
Which was
to
a
World War
legit-
II.
They wanted to do this. The Philadelphia Experiment is based off truth.
Mhm.
They wanted to do this, but it never really happened. So they made a movie.
Yeah, so basically they're testing this time travel device and they accidentally send an aircraft carrier back. So an aircraft carrier in the 70s.
Mhm.
Now 80s probably that
I
movie?
thought it was it was like the
Yeah,
late
'cause they-
70s,
yeah.
early 80s.
So
something like that.
so imagine the jump in technology between the 1940s, mostly prop planes. The Germans had jets, but very few,
Yeah.
right?
They're all
Messerschmitts.
experimental.
Had fucking Germans had jets 2 years earlier, they would have won.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right.
And this will go to
Yeah.
my second topic.
So this aircraft carrier goes back in time to they're in Hawaii. They go back in time to just before Pearl Harbor.
Hawaii.
Yes.
Wee-wee?
So they go back in time to just before Pearl Harbor. So now you have an aircraft carrier with nukes on it. Yeah.
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 Fuck you,
Yeah.
Mongolians!
So they figure this all out, and he's like, I am not handing over an aircraft carrier full of intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles to Dwight fucking Eisenhower.
It would just be America and nothing else.
That, like that, but that was a pretty cool movie.
Yeah.
A couple people get left behind and they just like live their life out and
Oh.
And the second one, they have one of the original stealth bombers goes back in time to Germany, and that was the basis of the movie. Was Philadelphia?
Do we or do we not? Yeah.
Well, it was what it was it got sent back in time to like 1940 something with a nuclear warhead on it, and basically it blows up America because it goes to Germany. So it's pretty badass what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the specifics of it because I haven't watched that movie since forever.
Blows up America because it goes to Germany.
It goes all right. Goes back to
if
Germany.
They land in Germany.
It lands in Germany in 1940s, and it's a stealth bomber, so nobody can track it in the 40s, obviously. And it has all these, long distance missiles on. I don't know if it's a nuclear warhead or whatever, but it goes to America and blows up the eastern seaboard in a couple hours, and then it shows German America. In 1990 something, what Germany would be like if it, won the World War.
Yeah.
There's a book
in America.
There's a book by
There's tons of anime about that too.
Yeah.
Philip K. Dick wrote a book called The Man in the High Castle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called, and I think they're trying to adapt that to a book. It's about what happened if
adapted to a movie.
Yeah.
Said adapted to a book. They're trying to adapt a book to another book.
And it'd be so weird because there would be no more Jews on the planet if that happened.
Yeah.
And then we'd have no more awesome.
That might be a good
photography.
segue.
You want to take?
I do want to take a break, but I also want to mention Men in Black 3. I think it was time.
Oh, that was time travel.
Yeah, that was.
I watched that for about 5 minutes.
But
ooh, can I add one?
Yeah.
That you guys missed?
Okay.
What did we miss?
Primer.
What? Oh, I even fucking talked about Primer.
Yes, I
seen
win.
Primer?
I win.
Primer's a great nerd time travel movie. It's not a great movie.
Brooke fell asleep.
Primer's on Netflix. It's super boring. Watch it sober when the sun's out.
Okay. Brooke fell asleep. I was drunk and playing with my phone.
Okay. So yeah.
While it was on.
Okay.
So
I technically watched the movie.
So we will go into Primer in 2 seconds. Time Crimes. Definitely check that out. That's a perfect one about cyclical time travel.
Time Crimes.
Because it's not on Netflix anymore, but you can find it online. It's a foreign language movie.
Is that the one with the guy in the with the bag over his head?
No, he has a bandage on his head.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the epitome of you go back in time, you change something, and then you go back to the future that you don't like, and you go back and you try and fix it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's insane.
My girlfriend has blonde hair. I don't like that. Let's go fuck up her family lineage.
Yeah, something like that. And then you go back in time and try and stop yourself from doing that. And there's multiple versions of you.
Whoa.
It's fucking great.
You have to be super sober to watch that.
It's tough to get through, especially because it's subtitled. So
I like subtitles. They're not too bad.
But definitely check that out. It's not on Netflix anymore. But you'll be able to find it.
I have access to videos of a streaming nature.
Yeah.
So you could watch under certain.
So that's a really good one with the it doesn't matter what you do, you continue to exist.
Yeah.
You go back in time, you change fucking whatever, and then you go back into the future and you're in a completely different timeline now, but you're unaffected. You don't remember the alternate timeline.
Oh, weird.
Right? So yeah, you go back in time, you change something, you go back to what you think is the future that you remember. Same thing with Marty going back to the alternate 1985. But you have no recollection of what your life would have been.
Wow.
If you were there, right? So that's a great movie for that. It's very simple. It's one of those movies that I wish that I had been able to write the script, because you need like 6 fucking people to make the whole goddamn movie. It was so well done.
I think I should have brought what is it? Vitamin water instead of beer today. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so
this is affecting my brain cells.
Primer is the nerdiest fucking movie, right? That movie gets you. That movie is probably what time travel would be like.
It was really bizarre.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
The idea behind this movie is
super.
They invent this machine. They're trying to make a machine that levitates things, right? And they stumble upon something that is completely different.
Okay.
It's not really traditional time travel, which is they really thought of something original here, which is why I love it, even though I wish that someone would pick it up and make a better movie out of it. you know,
It's
say
entirely
this
possible
is
the
a
way
great
they're
concept, but
recycling
I watched
everything.
another one recently. There's another one.
There's a whole bunch of
Doesn't
time
matter.
travel movies.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
what they
So
wrote
so
is-
with Primer, they have this like little nesting doll. You know
Mhm.
those stupid little things?
Yeah.
They put it in there. It goes in there. They're trying to make it levitate. Nothing happens. And then they're like, all right, well, let's try this. And they came up with this like enclosure thing that they thought was going to make it work. And there's a camera inside there. And so they run the machine, and then they take it out, and it's covered in this like mold.
Dude.
I'm like, that's kind of weird. So they send the mold off to be analyzed or some shit. And the guy says, there's no way you got this off of a nesting doll. This specific type of mold would take like 30 years to grow to that amount. It's everywhere, but it you know, it would have to be sitting in a dark space for like 30 years for it to happen. They're like, well, that's not possible.
I just
then
thought of another movie.
they start to figure out that within the machine, time is just looping, right?
It's just going around.
So you start the machine, you stop the machine. If you get out of the machine at a certain point, so like let's say you turn the machine on. I'm going to oversimplify it. You turn the machine on for 3 days, right? If you get in the machine at the end of the timeline at day 3 and you stay in there for 3 days, you'll get out at the beginning.
Weird.
Yeah.
I need some
So when you're
vitamins
in the
to
machine,
boost
it's
my
just
brain on this one.
constantly looping, right? So you need to think about it before you do it. Now, how can you use this, right? They're like, well, that's not really time travel if I got to turn it on at the beginning and then get in at some point, right?
Yeah,
So what
it's
they
not
do
gonna work.
is they figure out a schedule. We turn the machine on for 24 hours. At hour 24, we get in, right?
Mhm.
And then there's a mathematical thing. Like we need to be in there for 14 minutes and 26 seconds. Then we get out yesterday when we turn the machine on.
Oh,
right?
weird.
So we turn the machine on, we leave. Just leave, right? They figure out mathematically and whatever scientifically at what point they'll exit, which would be 30 seconds after their former selves leave the room, right? Then them from the future go to a library in a different town and buy stocks from the previous day.
My brain's already racked around this one, so I'm
you
gonna have to watch this movie.
Well, we
when I
have
get
chalk.
home.
We have chalk.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's go to the board.
I have to piss
So,
so bad.
yeah. I'm gonna do this. Okay.
Hey, come on! It's
I get stage.
Okay.
I get
so
stage.
so
fright.
here's your timeline, right?
Yeah.
Simple straight line.
Or Tim line.
Tim line. We start the machine here.
Timothy Dalton.
Right. 24 hours later.
We have Tim Curry.
24 hours later, we turn the machine off. Right. Or let's say this is when we get in.
Yeah.
So now the machine is constantly doing this. You exist in this whole timeline.
In that X period of time.
Yeah. So this is when you turn the machine on, your former self leaves the room.
Yeah.
You need to exit here.
Okay.
Right? As the machine is looping back towards the future. So now you're on this timeline. When you got in here, you have stock information from here.
Oh, that's badass.
So as long as you don't prevent your former self from getting in the machine here, you're
rich.
fine. Your former self now waits that 24 hours, gets in the machine, goes back in time to here, and then you continue your existence here.
Holy
thereby extending your day.
Are they able to see? Wow, actually, the people have a pretty clear view on YouTube of
Can they
so
see
you
that?
just drew. Yeah.
So at this point, you've now gone back in time, say 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
You've gotten stock prices from the end of the day here. You go back in time, you make a trade, and you make money.
Yeah.
So you keep doing this, you can make a lot of money, and no one will notice
If you do it
because
right.
it's small trades.
Yeah.
You know,
penny stocks.
Yeah. So you go, you buy small amount of stock, you make a couple $1,000s over a few weeks. The thing is, the whole time you're getting this machine, you're losing time. So for them, their days turn into 36-hour days. because they get into these machines. The whole world's still running on around them. They're just leapfrogging back 12 hours.
I watched this movie and you're
I had to watch it twice.
You explaining it to me, still I'm like, I don't even remember half this shit because it was so weird. The way it was done to explain it was so strange. You know, it was almost
very
like
indie, and they didn't explain it.
No,
they just there were scenes of them working it out, and then so like this period right here, this top line, this is you first iteration, right? So you leave the room, and then you go to a hotel and you interact with no one, right?
Like my usual.
You
vacation.
interact with no one. You don't answer your phone. You don't do anything.
Like my Sunday.
But the big thing is that they needed to be regimented about it, and they needed to follow these rules because their former self or their future self is also following the same rules. So these two people go to a hotel room and they stay there all day, and they don't answer their phone. They don't have their phone on. They don't do anything that can affect anything to the outside world. They don't check Facebook. They don't do anything, right? So then when they get to this point, they go back to here, because while they're in this hotel room, the future selves, these are the former selves. The future selves are now out in the world interacting.
Right.
They go to a different town. They do whatever, so they're not going to really run into anybody. But they're buying stocks here while the other two are sitting in the hotel room.
Right.
So a question comes up. You now have these two timelines between this point and this point. When you go back, there's two of you in the world. Now, what happens when your cell phone rings? Do they both ring?
Oh,
does one ring? What happens? You know what I mean?
So
you need to make sure that these two are sequestered so that they can go back and fulfill the time loop that you've established. Because if you fulfill that time loop, it'll stay looping forever and ever into all eternity, but it's stable.
Yeah.
As soon as these two are interrupted, now nobody goes back, and now there's duplicates of you with no way to fix it.
Yeah.
You're 4 beers deep on a Sunday afternoon to explaining string theory and time travel.
If
and I'm only 2 in, and I'm lost.
It's hard sometimes because I have very little control over him. But
oh no, we've had the weirdest conversations ever.
Yeah.
So we've had stuff.
This is what I think about when I think about. The reason I like Primer, it's not a great movie. There's no holes at all.
Yeah.
Not one. I can't find one. I found hundreds in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's
there
tons
are hundreds.
of them.
But this one, there are no holes. They fucking thought of everything.
Yeah.
You know, and once you fuck it up, you fucked it up. You can't go back. You don't have the Bill and Ted option of going back and fixing it.
Yeah.
You don't, because once that machine started is as far as you can go back.
It's the infinite outcomes type theory. Anything you do is, again, kind of like you step on a bug or something and you change everything.
Right.
Infinite outcomes. So wherever you get off in your little loop, that's the outcome that happens. So if I get what you're talking about, I'm gonna go home and watch this now.
If you get to here and you've now realized there's duplicates of you, you can't go back to here and stop. Yeah. You can't go back in time and destroy the machine before it's ever used. You can't do that because you can only go back as far as the machine has been running. I think that this is more possible. But I don't. You're raising your hand.
Can I have a bathroom pass, please?
Yeah, I need to pee. We're gonna take a break.
We'll be back,
and we're gonna have a several minute long discussion on what the hell we should play so we don't get booted. All right, but we're gonna take a break now because I really have to pee. I have my beers lined up in front of me, and
I was gonna pull.
That's a lot of liquid in my gut.
Dumb and Dumber, and just be like,
sucking back on Grandpa's.
I was just
cough
about
medicine.
to say that. God damn it!
All right, you fucks. We'll be back.
I am beyond happy right now.
And we're back.
Oh.
That's exactly what I wanted. It's so rare in life. You get exactly what you want. That's great.
We had to play something
Yeah.
that we we might still get kicked off of YouTube. I don't fucking know.
That was played from YouTube. All right.
What, you just can't say anything like
No, we played the Bangles and we got booted.
the Bangles? What, we
Yeah.
got the
I mean,
Walk
honestly,
like an Egyptian.
honestly,
Oh,
the
yeah.
the YouTube it's kind of just like extra, you know.
Mhm.
It's good to get people to watch. It seems like it's a little easier for the layperson who's not like a big podcast person.
Yeah.
I'm not a
Speaking
big
of
podcast person, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like YouTube to be better.
Yeah.
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 Well, you're
Do you- what do you got
you're
here?
a
Is
movie
that
I have
an
an
guy.
Android.
No.
Samsung.
I have an Android.
Yeah,
so
Beyond Pod, and you can check us out on there.
Or Stitcher.
I'm
Yeah,
learning
or
something
Stitcher.
new every day.
Yeah.
And speaking of people watching, my mom is bugging the shit out of me to mention
We
that
are-
she's watching us from St. Martin right
Ooh,
now. I think
international.
yeah.
I was told I have to bring the milk home, so she's not watching right now.
Well, we are gonna change gears, Deb.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little different.
So I think that was pretty good.
She was probably freaking out, like, why are they talking about that shit?
I just want to put a.
we love it.
I just want to put a disclaimer. I like the Jews. I did not mean anything derogatory before.
You know, we were
Sorry.
No,
talking,
we were talking about the B&H thing.
Yeah, that's kind of when it got started.
yeah, before we
And,
started. That's
and then
why I
Ryan wanted to make Mike uncomfortable.
Yeah.
By say what was your exact wording?
I gotta go to my Facebook. You probably
It was
have
like
up
Mike
there.
is here
Talks
to
about
talk about time travel and the Jews.
Jews.
Yeah, and the Jews.
And I work with Jews, so they'll just like,
Yeah.
what's it? Crucify me, basically.
Oh God, you're really
get-
digging a hole.
I'm gonna get crucified for talking about this.
The guys are on my Facebook page. My coworkers, they're cool about it. They're not like, oh my God, he said the J word. They're okay. It's just some people I don't want to, piss off and find out I get like a summons or something.
Nah, it will be fine.
I did a Jewish wedding a couple weeks ago.
Oi?
It was
Yes.
interesting.
Do they do the chair thing?
The horror thing, that was neat.
The chair thing?
Oh yeah. They did the chair thing.
Having a
Horror?
And then they did the horror where they
My
spin around
ex-girlfriend?
in a circle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was my
It was
ex-girlfriend.
very difficult to photograph.
I bet.
Yeah, because you can't get it. Like I didn't want to get in the middle of it.
You could have probably did some, like, if you had a ladder, you could probably
That would have been great.
Would have
And
done
I
some
would-
really cool artistic
I
stuff.
would have.
yeah.
I'm gonna think about that in the future.
Yeah.
Like, if I do another Jewish wedding, I'm gonna need a ladder.
Yeah.
You
Because it
actually
was
have
like
to-
you're just taking
Yeah.
pictures of the back of people's heads as they spin around really
Yeah,
fast.
yeah.
So
I went to one Jewish
yeah.
wedding once,
Mhm.
and it was so weird compared to a standard wedding that you go to, where it's like everybody sits,
yeah.
and then they all clap, and you're now man and wife. Here they just break the glass, and everybody gets involved in the party. It's not everybody sitting at a table.
it was pretty cool.
It's very. You're into it. You're
Yeah.
not just sitting down clapping and watching everybody dance.
Yeah,
everybody's into
the
it.
ceremony was
Yeah.
only about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
very
pretty
quick.
standard nowadays, aside from like Catholic
a lot,
weddings and stuff.
not a lot of people do the whole
Yeah.
big thing anymore.
Corinthians bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had no speakers. It was his father did the ceremony.
Mhm.
He might be listening actually, and not his father, the groom. He's a
Okay.
radio personality on the Fox.
Oh, you
I
told me
believe.
about that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
So I'm not going to mention his name. I don't even know if he goes by his name on the radio. But anyway, but
it's probably, his
we
name
had a
is
great
probably
time.
like Terry Rivers or something. I don't know.
But his dad did the ceremony, and it's like singing in Hebrew the whole time.
Mhm.
And then he explained some stuff in English because obviously no one really speaks Hebrew.
No one understands
Yeah.
your bugga bugga language.
And then they smashed the glass thing, and then
L'chaim!
Mazel tov.
Or Mazel Tov. There you go.
yeah.
I've never been to
cool,
a
though.
Jewish wedding because I don't associate with Jews.
It's nice. I just hated the fact that there were no bacon wrapped figs.
Oh.
There was some good pie there though, and challah bread.
Hair pie?
They know how to spice the shit out of anything. I'm telling you, if you want a burger with no cheese, they know how to spice the shit out of it
To make it taste good?
Make it taste good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no bacon wrapped figs, man.
There was actually bacon at the brunch. Yeah.
Was there really?
Yeah.
Not so it wasn't like an Orthodox or
No, no.
Hasidic thing.
talking about?
Oh, so it was just a standard Jewish thing. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, like she has tattoos.
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, they're not.
We ain't talking the sundown Friday.
No,
I'm not touching anything.
No, this was
sundown Saturday.
This was yeah. We're Jewish when we get married. Kind of.
I went to an Orthodox wedding.
Oh, it's
Dog's
you.
going crazy.
Did you pick up bacon?
I'm trying to figure out why they're
we were talking
barking
about
like
bacon.
maniacs. If you want a chair, it's in the other room.
Amy is here with apple cider donuts.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to Fishkill Farms a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Bosch can't have any because he gave me a 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it would hurt his tummy.
You may poop a lot.
Certainly look delicious.
Anyway, the line for the food was shorter than the line for the apple cider donuts at that place.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was double for the donuts. I didn't really realize why until I went to go get them at another store, and they were gone. So.
You want to grab a chair?
I always grab the one.
We're talking about time travel and Jews.
Yeah, right now we're talking about Jews. So tell me about this B&H thing. Yeah.
Go to my page. So B&H, for people that don't know, is probably the best fucking place to buy camera equipment in the world.
It is a filmmaker's Disneyland.
Yeah, like I order so much stuff. I probably spent $10,000 there in the last year.
And that's conservative, by the way.
I've got $2,000 worth of stuff coming tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
over for you. Sorry.
Yeah, so apparently they're really, really shitty to their employees. Just terrible, terrible working conditions. Basically, like in New York, you don't need a certification to drive a forklift, right? You don't.
I drove a forklift for
like Home Depot has their own certification process.
Terrifying.
But you don't need a license, right? So at B&H, it's pretty much like, hey, welcome to B&H.
America.
This is your first day. Go learn to drive that forklift, or you're gonna get fired in like a week.
Yeah, they're very slave workers. For lack of a better
So
word.
so the article says workers for B&H Photo Video, the largest independent photo and video product store in the United States, are moving to unionize, demanding that the New York-based institution improve dangerous working conditions and cease acts of discrimination in its Brooklyn warehouses. On Tuesday, a United Steelworkers Union member filed a petition with the National Labor Relations Board to organize within 30 days a vote among B&H workers that will determine if they want representation by the industrial union giant. Over 80% signed cards. 80% of the workers. That's unheard of for unionizing. Over 80% of signed cards saying that they do want representation. The New York Times reported. The motion follows a large demonstration that occurred last Sunday when nearly 200 workers and their families congregated outside B&H's Midtown store. Members of the United Steelworkers Union also delivered a letter addressed to the owner, Herman Shriver, and Chief Executive Officer and President Sam Goldstein. Sorry, I can't help but laugh how.
Thank you for reading all that while I was eating my donuts.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at the donut.
I saw that happening.
Go
ahead.
Have a donut. She brought some for you.
I may have one in a minute. I just want to. I was enthralled with the story.
I don't know if they'll be there for another minute.
Don't play the video. It's not great.
Yeah, allegations.
Well, it's not that it's not great. It's in Spanish with subtitles. So, yeah.
It's a job security. I see that.
Henry Posner, B&H's director of corporate communications, told Hyperallergenic. Oh, this is the name of the.
Yeah, the name of the.
I'm sorry, Hyperallergic. I said allergenic. Hyperallergic via email. Employee satisfaction is as important to us as vital to us as customer satisfaction.
So
the two are intertwined. Our commitment to our employees runs as deep as it does our loyal customer base. Well, but if that were true, then
80% of people wouldn't want to.
Yeah, the 80%. Because I've heard of the whole reason why the UFC is having such trouble getting into New York is because of the unions and everything like that. And the Fertittas, who own Zuffa, who owns the UFC, their workers aren't unionized. And they're in their casinos. None of their casinos or anything that they run is unionized, so they can't get into New York won't legalize because it's illegal here. Mixed martial arts fighting.
No kidding.
They won't legalize it here because those fuckers aren't unionized. The unions are blocking them.
I just had a thought. Why can't they perform it? Why can't they do stuff at Indian casinos?
I don't know. I think it's because of their location.
There are
is
so
more
few
of it.
Indian casinos in New York too.
Yeah.
And their
Maybe, like,
location, they're in like
but
Verona.
But don't you think like it would behoove those tribes to like build a facility?
I guess, but they don't want. If you're a tribe and
you don't want to rock the boat.
You don't want to rock the boat. Yeah, sure. Why fuck with the unions on your own soil?
Yeah,
When
that
they're
ain't
leaving.
America.
They're
You're
leaving you
fucking with the
alone as it
union.
is.
You're fucking with the unions, not America.
Yeah.
They're even worse.
So, you okay there?
I'm watching the
She's
screen
just
and
staring
there's
into
like such a
oblivion.
delay on it.
Oh, it's so weird. You just go like this. You see
no,
the
top
live.
one that has like such a delay. Like Adam was still eating donuts like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my hand to go.
Well,
by.
so that's the YouTube stream on the top, right?
Oh,
And
no.
the bottom one is.
That's so weird.
But anyway, yeah, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
God damn it, Amy!
It's not your fault. It's just
WTF over.
That's why he gave you a 1.
It's all right. I worked for
Jerk.
multiple companies
He's the
where they
jerk,
were
not
very
you.
for
I'm
EMS.
pretty sure you just called me a jerk.
No, I said
Yeah.
he's
where the hell was I going with all that?
I don't
UFC
know.
unions,
Unions.
Something about Indians.
Indians.
I don't know. I was
Not
Oh,
rocking
I'm
the boat.
okay. The Fertitas, they actually somebody in one of their employees brought up the possibility of unionizing, and they struck it down. Their workers said, no, we don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah,
it does happen where if you bring it to the table, it does get voted down. It's not like, but 80% is
That's pretty high.
insane.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's like the facility is very old. They've been operating since the 40s, I think.
It's almost an entire block.
Yeah,
in
it's
Midtown.
almost a
building.
city block with warehouses.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's unheard of.
I mean,
in
it's
cities.
incredible. You order something, and sometimes you have it within like 20 hours. It's amazing.
Yeah. And once you go there,
Yeah.
they have this weird rail system
Mhm.
where they from the warehouse in the background, they put it on these little buckets, and it goes on this little trolley system up above you, so you can actually watch it go to the cash register and figure out which register it's going to go to.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah,
Weird.
Yeah.
I've never
yeah, but
set
then there's
foot in
also
one.
shit like I ordered something on Thursday. They're closed on Fridays because they're Hasidic Jews,
Mhm.
right? I paid for overnight shipping because I wanted it Saturday. Didn't work out that
it's
way.
like
It didn't
Amazon with me
process
right now.
till Saturday morning.
Ooh.
That pissed me off.
And you did not
Because
get the money back.
yeah, at 4 p.m. I ordered on Thursday at 4 p.m. I knew that they were closed Friday, so I assumed that it was going to process on Thursday and I would have it Saturday. So I paid like $23 for overnight shipping, and it's totally fucked me over for Monday. I had to pay UPS another $8 to give me a delivery window so that I knew I could be home. Because it's like $2,000 worth of stuff. Like
Yeah.
it requires a signature.
You got to be home for
Yeah.
that. Not between
So
8 and 4 on
yeah,
Monday.
like I have school. I have school tomorrow. I can't do that.
Mhm.
So I had to pay UPS another $8, and that's fine. I know you're closed Friday, but there should have been something saying, "Hey, so even if you pay this $23, it's still gonna like." I paid for overnight shipping, and my order split into two things because something's coming from a different warehouse.
Mhm.
So I paid for overnight for the stuff that I really want, like a lens, and didn't care about the other stuff. They're going to arrive within 2 hours of each other.
Oh.
That fucking pisses me off.
Hmm.
It's
Even
very
Amazon's like that. They says order
Yeah.
within 4 hours and X amount
Yeah.
of minutes, and
They'll
you'll
tell you
get
when
this
you're gonna
product
get
by
it.
Even though they've been fucking up lately, and I still haven't gotten my order.
Yeah,
But,
I wouldn't care if it was like something that, whatever, like a T-shirt. Leave it on the fucking doorstep. Or if it's something that I got to go pick up, that's fine. But then I'm not going to get it till Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because I got to get to the facility before 5.
And it's in Newburgh across the river.
Yeah.
And it takes forever to get,
Yeah.
actually walk through that building.
So, but that's not the real reason
You
that
talked
I'm
about that 100
annoyed with
times.
B&H right now. But that sucks. I found out about that story seriously a few hours after I just spent like almost $2,000.
That place is.
I would have went to Adorama. They're just as good. They're just not as fast. Prices are exactly the same. It's just they don't turn it around as quick.
What?
I just
Are you
go
okay?
online.
But the thing is, if I bought all that
equipment, you have to go
if I
to
bought all that stuff from Amazon, half of my money would be going to Walmart.
Yeah.
which is
And
way worse.
With the thing with B&H too is if you want something odd and unusual, like you still want an old Polaroid camera, they have it.
They have everything.
You want a PAL DVD player, they have it.
Yeah.
So if you want something odd, they have it.
Now, remind me to ask you about some a good baser camera. Won't go into it
Base
now.
press camera?
Yeah, no, just like a baser kind of like I'm starting off. I want to start shooting, but I'm not a professional. I don't know really what I'm doing, but I would like to know what I'm
Canon
doing.
Rebel
with it.
T5.
Canon Rebel T5. I gotta tell my stepsister about it because she's looking to get into.
See, I'm a Nikon man myself, so
yeah,
I
they're
say
just
Nikon.
Nikon is great for they're kind of like weird. Like their low end cameras are very easy to use, and their very high end cameras are very easy to use. But the middle ones, I just don't like the ergonomics.
It's kind of weird the way they
like
have them set
you
up,
went from Nikon back to Canon. What do you think?
Yeah, I used your. I mean, your sister's camera wasn't that difficult to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
It did have like a lot of different knobs on it. I think it had like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And my Canon only has 1.
Yeah, the big thing with Nikons is you can make adjustments without really looking at anything.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. But the higher end Canons, you can do the same thing. You can't change your ISO with a knob. But this is getting geeky and boring.
Oh, that.
But anyway,
Too late.
I hate that fucking bitch.
It already got geeky.
Wait, what happened?
Sorry.
This just came across a couple days ago about the that kayaker. I wanted to bring it up again.
She's good.
Because of this bitch, I have to beg my girlfriend to go kayaking now. Because of this bitch.
She's worried that you're gonna kill her.
It took me 2 years to get this woman into a fucking kayak, and then this fucking hoe decides to kill her boyfriend.
I don't think she did anything. You got to listen to the past episodes. A lot of shit's coming out.
She just went like this, whatever. But she killed him, and now she won't go in the water at all. She's like, she's super worried that she's gonna drown or something.
So definitely possible.
Well, if you go out on the river when the water is 40 degrees and don't wear a life jacket,
and
you're probably
drinking,
gonna fucking drown.
Yeah. I've met her before though, and she got some crazy eyes.
So from what I read, there's nothing new in the trial really. So
we've been following this from the beginning.
We've been we've been following this since day one.
Were you getting bored?
You
didn't want to talk about Jews anymore?
No, I got tired of talking about it. It's always
aren't
the
her parents
Jews,
like suing her or something, or the boyfriend's parents suing her?
That's what I'm getting at. Based on court records, Vincent Villafore's family. If I don't know, if people are just catching up.
Listen to previous episodes and you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, just listen.
Press pause and then come back to this.
Just go back through a bunch of. We're talking about Angelica Graswald, who is on trial for the murder of her alleged murder of her fiance. They're the ones that died he's the one that Vincent is the one that died kayaking. She's under investigation. I'm
laughing at you fumbling in your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
You've definitely got the fucking Bram Stoker's Dracula look.
Holy
going
shit.
on.
Oh my god.
Just leave it. Just leave it. Leave it.
Cool,
I want to get a picture of it.
No, you ruined it.
Oh, it's back.
It's because like the bar like goes underneath part of your hair.
Oh, the thing.
That's right. You get what is it? Helmet head? No.
There it is. That's nice.
Based on court records, Vincent Villafore's family appears to be moving toward filing a wrongful death claim against Graswald, who is accused of killing Villafore during a kayaking trip on the Hudson River. So, before the trial is even done, they're moving toward a civil suit.
Basically, it's we can't prove you killed him, but we're still pissed off.
It's because they need to do that before there's a verdict, because if there's a verdict acquitting her, they'll never win.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like, how can they prove the wrongful death too? That's another thing. Like there's nothing here except a fucking 911 call.
This is very
that's the thing, and we know that,
right,
but that's why they're moving forward with the wrongful death suit before the trial.
That's what I'm saying,
because
though,
they know she's going to be acquitted.
But in the wrongful death suit, what do they go by?
People are a lot more likely. The jury is a lot more likely.
You had a bottle cap in your lens.
In a wrongful death suit, the jury is a lot more likely to side with the person suing. What is that? The plaintiff?
Ah.
As opposed to convict someone,
the defendant.
in a criminal trial.
I just had a horrible
because
joke lined up.
I learned all this
I
from
wanna hear
OJ.
it. Tell me the joke.
You see me like squirming,
Yeah.
like I had something, right?
Yeah.
I was it was, you said the plaintiff, and I, for some reason, I thought plantains. And I was like, yeah, you slice them in half and you fry them in butter. They're delicious.
I think they still do that in Texas.
That was the joke.
That was terrible.
I'm happy I
gave you a 0.
I'm happy I bailed on it.
But your hair goes up to a 5.
It's all right. I've got the hair documented.
That's okay. That looks pretty gnarly. Now you know what to do for
So
Halloween.
yeah.
So yeah, they're doing that because when she is either acquitted or the case is dismissed, that's going to be terrible for a wrongful death suit.
Yeah, it says right here, the burden of proof is much higher in a criminal case than in a civil case. A person can be found not guilty of a murder charge and still be found liable for another's death in civil courts. So actually, so you're right. They have a much stronger...
Can I chime in my 2 cents here?
No.
You were brought on here for movie knowledge and time travel.
Yeah, so shut your mouth when we're talking about local stuff.
Okay. Here's your list back. No, what did you have to say?
All right. The whole thing that this is based off of, that they're trying to convict her of, is a small hole about the size of a dime.
Yeah.
That will not fill up a boat with water.
What about the giant hole that you're sitting in?
The giant hole. But these kayaks are designed to float even full of water.
Yeah.
You could still stay in the kayak. So for the fact that he's got pushed away, the boat might be submerged, but it still stays near the top of the water.
Yeah.
So my theory is she kind of pushed it away from him, and he swam. He kind of floated away.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We've been following this from day one. We were like, this bitch killed him.
Oh yeah, she killed him. Flat out. It's just how.
Like last week, we were like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the fuck show was that?
Did you watch the Inside Report?
Right?
Yeah.
Or no,
we did. Yeah.
He watched. I didn't watch.
The whole thing is, if you watch the questioning of her, it's
her interrogation.
Her interrogation. It's textbook leading questions. It's
really?
Exactly what they're not supposed to do, and it's because it's fucking Poughkeepsie. They're not trained. It was basically so. They were like, so why did you want to kill your fiance? And she's like, I didn't want to kill my fiance. What are you talking about? And then 2 hours later, they'll ask the same question. And she'll be like, well, I wanted him like out of my life, but I didn't kill him. And then 2 hours later, they ask the same question. Why did you want to kill your fiance? And she goes, well, I didn't want to kill him, but I did want him dead. And then 2 hours after that, it's fine. I killed him. Can I go? Can I get out of this room now?
Yeah, she wasn't exactly a very patient person.
All of that shit is gonna get thrown out.
Great.
It's even if she did it, they have nothing.
Well,
they have nothing, and what they have is damning to their case. So if she's convicted, it's because the jury has it out for her. That's it. That's the only thing that they have to rely on is to get the jury against her. But as far as the evidence, they have nothing, and a big damning thing was that the coroner goes, she died of drowning because someone pulled the plug from her kayak.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like that, that's conjectured. Like that's not information that you should know.
Whoa, whoa!
What?
How do you spell that?
Conjecture?
Yeah,
with a K.
Conjecture.
I don't know.
It's CONJECTURE.
All right, let's see.
All I'm looking at is the bottom of that news article.
It's
where it
conjecture.
There you go.
Sure. There we go. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information.
Were you like starting to think like maybe he's just making this shit up? Maybe I'm not stupid. Maybe he's just making it up.
Bifurcated.
Bifurcated. I did spell that wrong.
Oh boy, did you?
Yeah. Spelled that totally wrong.
There's a Y in there
I was like bifurcated.
Well, look, it says Ken with an upside down E. Jerk.
No, this one I got right. Though.
Sure.
Conjecture.
And
your cat is meowing so loud.
I'm gonna punch your cat. I'm gonna beat your cat to death.
It's
with
because
stand.
he's dying.
I'll be right back.
And it's also why.
This would be great to beat something to death with. This would really work pretty well.
Oh yeah.
It's like cast iron at the bottom.
Yeah, it's like the candlestick in Clue. That's like the most dangerous one there.
Yeah.
That was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there goes back to
and it
Tim
all comes
Kopp.
back to Tim Kopp.
Tim Kopp.
Starring Tim Curry.
Did I really write Tim Kopp on
You
your
wrote Tim Kopp.
There's an E. It's just under the M. The little swoosh. It looks like a nice Nike swoosh.
That's
No,
an
that's
E.
just a little swoosh on the end of an M. That says Tim Kopp.
Well, it looks like my 12 monkey
Okay,
looks like
we're gonna
Tenno.
draw it for everyone at home. Where can we draw it that I can see?
Right there, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't kind of work. You can put it like right in there.
As long as it's in white.
He's doing my That's almost
That's an E.
That's almost. If you kind of boot.
Oh, it looks like what is that? The Scorpio astrological.
It's nothing. It says Tim Kopp.
Astrological, right?
Astronomical.
I
You know what that's from? You know what that's from, right? Cube. That's Kazan.
No, I didn't know it.
That
But
was,
you
what the
sounded like fucking Nick Swartzen. Astro.
What the hell's his name?
Reno
The guy
911?
Michael Rappaport was in that, and he plays an autistic kid who can like do mathematical equations on the fly. He
Okay,
goes,
your hair.
He goes, you
Just fix
can't.
your hair.
You can't.
It's bothering
Your
me.
hair looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks terrible. It's like all like.
It's alright. It's
through
not
the
like it's being
thing.
broadcast to the world.
I'm like Eddie Munster. If anybody follows our page and
Did you say there
on
was somebody
Facebook.
from Thailand that used to follow you, or they used to
Yeah.
watch your
my
This one time.
my cousin's in Thailand right
Vietnam
now.
or something? Oh, there you go.
Thailand.
Is he having a sexy vacation with his new bride?
Yes, he is. He's having a sexy
Yeah.
Now, is that a
vacation. I was just like, I put my arm around him, and I was just like, so, you know the top quality trannies over there, right? They call them lady boys.
Lady boys.
Oh, apparently Peter Dinklage was in this store like 2 weeks ago.
What?
On my day off, though.
How did you see him?
Huh?
He was so short.
Oh my god.
Oh
never see him.
man, we're trying to get him on
The
the
little
show.
guy.
Peter Dinklage?
Yeah, I called him a little fella like many episodes ago, and I don't know. I just haven't. I'm scared that like if we invite him on the show to like hang out and talk, he's gonna
He'll do his research and then decline.
He's gonna do his research, but you know,
He is a very
this is
smart
episode
gentleman.
39, so we have a 1 in 39 chance of him finding out, and I'm expecting that he clicks on it and he goes, oh, these cunts, and just
Talking about the Jews and time travel.
and literally calling me saying literally, you know, the
little guy.
the little fella from Game of Thrones, and he just went. And
Yeah.
Adam looks at me like, what?
Actually, a good Peter Dinklage movie you want to watch is Station Agent.
I heard that
Is that
was
the
good.
movie with the handgun? The picture that I
Yes,
put up?
I think so.
Was
yeah.
No, this is the
Did-
one where he's a train buff.
Mhm.
He works at he's basically he somebody wills him a train station as his home. So he goes there and he makes friends and everything. It's a very good movie. It's boring but insightful.
It got a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. It's a drama. It's not a comedy, but it's very good.
It's a drama.
A drama.
Um,
A zombie drama.
Oh my god.
it's like that Zombie Scouts movie.
It's always Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's just nothing
Get
but
to the chopper.
it's nothing but inside jokes. No one knows what we're laughing at and why.
No, we were talking about the zombie drama.
The zombie drama. Maggie.
It wasn't very good.
That was a zombie movie?
Oh, you
Yeah.
watched it?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
See, I heard it
Watched
was.
it without me.
Yeah,
supposed to
I watched
watch
that
that.
months ago.
Yeah. If
I
you
thought
do
we
get
were
a
supposed to
chance,
watch
watch
that.
Station Agent.
Oh.
It's
We
I
can
do
watch it?
highly suggest it.
Nah, I don't want to watch it. If it was terrible,
It
I
wasn't
don't
very
wanna
good.
watch
I guess it's worth watching.
There's
But
two conversations
It wasn't that
going on
great.
right
It's
now.
okay. We can talk.
We got
about
four
it. They
mics.
still got to hear us. It's okay. It's only the
this
person
this
watching us.
I didn't think that would happen. It would just devolve into two separate conversations, and then oh shit, there are people listening.
like it usually goes.
Yeah.
You usually just kind of go, oh wait, working out the show. Oh, and speaking of working out the show, Derek is he's totally in on the She Who Shall Not Be Named challenge.
Hi, Becky.
She's not allowed to listen anymore. She's
Oh.
banned from the show.
And
Hi,
you're not
Becky.
allowed to say her name.
What did
Yeah,
she call in with
she
her
is
comments?
she who shall not be named.
Yeah. No, you can't. Not with your mic
Shut
off.
your mic off.
Boom.
You don't have headphones on, so you didn't.
Josh is a dick. Hi, Becky.
I'm not a dick. Becky's a dick.
Let's not do it on because
Oh
you
my
have to
God,
measure my
Becky.
hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Brooke just actually literally just showed me a few minutes ago 10 inches tip of the cut.
Yep.
To the tip.
Yeah.
So
So my hair from the middle of my head is 11 inches long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're talking like
so basically what okay. They don't have this information.
It's like 10 inches in a
so,
ponytail.
Okay, so I'm going to cut all my hair off and donate it.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about, and we want to do it on the show.
Nice.
No, we talked about it last episode, no?
We talked about it a while ago, and you said it was 12 inches in a ponytail.
Yeah.
So I did the research, and what you have to do is you have to put it in several ponytails.
Yeah.
You kind
all over like fucking Pinhead,
which is a
You have to
wonderful
look like
picture.
Pippi
in itself.
Longstocking,
yeah.
basically.
So
Yeah.
I want to have Amy come in to take pictures
Or-
because you all are shit at
Or
it.
Coolio. You have to
Are you
look like
listening?
Coolio.
Are you listening?
94 Coolio, not now.
not
He just has like
listening. Yes, yeah, you have to look like Coolio. Are you listening?
Half.
So we're gonna do it.
Focus.
We're gonna do it. Hopefully next week, as long as all of my hair is pretty much over 10 inches.
Okay.
And we'll have Becky come in and do my haircut.
And
but we're
Say
not gonna
Becky.
do. We are not gonna do. Yes, she who shall not be named.
Yeah. We could say it as
Yeah,
well.
it's gonna be a full house though, because I want Amy to come in to take. I'm pointing and saying her, like people
Mhm.
at home will know what the fuck I'm talking about.
This
I want
one-
Amy to come in to take pictures because it seems like every time I hand this amazing, easy to use camera to people, I get a picture of like the top of my head cut off, or they take a picture from my sternum up, and then there's 4 feet of
You're
the
talking
fucking
about me.
ceiling.
You're talking about
Basically,
me.
Not
you
just
suck
you.
and I'm talented. There
Not
you
just
go.
you. Not just. I also think that you can't
He's also
take
kind of-
pictures during the show.
I get distracted.
Oh yeah, you can't.
I
You
can't.
just can't. So
you were taking
so
pictures
we're
of
gonna
me
have-
before, and I just went blank.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a guest in next week. What was his name again?
Becky.
No.
I forgot. Oh, Terry's coming in.
Yeah. So
Terry's coming in with his Terry Conklin is coming in with his
no shit.
You know Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming in with his paranormal
Paranormal research. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming in with one of the guys from there, and we're going to talk about spooky stuff because Halloween's coming up.
Yeah. So what we'll do is
Spookies.
let's start the show with that,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll go into my haircut, and Becky will not be allowed to talk.
Yeah.
And then we will do the Becky shutting the fuck up challenge, which is now the name of it.
What, you just
I
told her to
don't
shut the
want to
fuck
say
up?
her name anymore.
Okay.
You keep saying her
right.
name.
The B word.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
She who shall not be
It
named.
shut the
Yeah.
fuck
No.
up.
Her-
Well, let's call it Derek's wife
Yeah.
shutting the fuck up for $40 challenge,
No, see,
and we'll do that the following week.
Wait, she would win $40, or you would
yeah,
win $40?
yeah. No, she's gonna. We're gonna put $40 in, and if she can not say a word for the entire time, we're even gonna give her a mic. She's gonna get that 40 every time she says anything. She loses $1.
You're just gonna hear.
Yeah, yep.
The
She
moment
loses $1.
she's allowed to laugh.
She's allowed to laugh. Yeah.
That's
Can't
it.
make like a little comment or
But
anything.
if she goes, no, as she's laughing, that counts.
Yeah.
Oh, so how much money do you think she's gonna owe you by the end of the day?
I don't think.
I think she's gonna come home with $12. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should probably place bets. I mean, like email us
IOUs.
or
No one's
we're
gonna
not
email
doing
us.
that. So I honestly think she's a real asshole.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say something sincere.
So
I thought so too.
she will.
Honestly, she's an asshole.
She will. She has the willpower and the strength to walk away with $40,
Guided
and
meditation.
honestly think that she will walk away with $35.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
she
So
can't
I'm
help.
saying 12 because
she can't
because
help
we're
but-
gonna make it our mission to make her talk.
She can't
Oh,
help but
no.
listen to herself talk. I know. However, I think she's strong-willed enough
Yeah.
to,
So what are
to
her
do
like?
very well.
No,
her,
because I have
trigger
I have a
words?
few ideas.
Trigger words?
Yeah,
no,
everybody's got a
we're-
trigger
no.
word.
Let's not talk about this. We don't want her to be prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have
no,
to figure
I have
out
a couple of
trigger-
ideas which I will tell you off air that are really going to trip them up.
She's basically
That's so
been
bad.
she's been the butt of our joke for
essentially,
quite a while.
Derek is going to be a very usable tool. Not calling him a tool, but a tool in order to get her to talk.
They're just watching now, taking notes. Fucker,
Yeah.
fucking good.
No, I have some good ideas.
Well, I was surprised because Derek is a little like like I said, he gets a little sweaty palms when talks about.
It's going to be a good
doing
one.
this
So
kind of
that's
thing,
so that we have a plan for 2
Dropped
weeks
your
out.
nuts?
That's crazy.
We have
went down my shirt.
He dropped his nuts down his shirt.
It's a cranberry.
You have to promise me that we be allowed to talk UFC or MMA when he's here.
No, that's
because
fine.
That's kind of his niche.
No, I'm not against talking about UFC. I just can't bring anything to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Much like
So,
me
yeah.
in this entire episode.
I watched.
You
Here
did
Comes the
fine.
Boom.
Yeah.
I watched.
Do
Here
you
Comes
see
the
my
Boom. That's all
diagram
know
that I
about
drew?
UFC.
Here comes the
What's that?
boom.
That's primer.
Oh, that's for the time trial. Oh.
Yeah.
That's like when they watch. It's like, it's Star
I'll
Trek
explain it
rules.
to you when we're done.
No, have to.
You've
know
already
the,
explained it to me. We
Yeah,
need to
but
watch
now
the
we have
movie.
visual aids.
We need to be sober and watch the movie.
Yeah, I don't think you'll like
That
it.
looks like a very bad tech company logo.
Yeah, it does.
I thought it was like where you put your microphone. That's what I thought the diagram
No.
was for.
No, all those little dots are like, oh, day 3 and
So
24
this
minute
is
mark.
this is I'm not going into it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when we're
Try to
done.
get him in on that one again.
All right, so
Yeah, are we about done?
I would say so. You guys, what do you think?
Hey
I
Ryan,
think
you want a donut?
No, I
Oh,
don't
just
want a donut.
kidding.
Oh no.
They're not for you.
Oh no. You
Just
can't
no,
even
no.
you can't
Oh,
even
no.
you can't even
Oh,
inhale the
no.
bag air.
Yeah, I purposely didn't get it in the
I
bag.
actually.
Why does it say Seamus?
That's my friend Joe's nickname for me. It's better than Melon Butt, though. 'cause
Melon
that's-
Butt?
Yeah, Melon Butt is Zach's nickname.
Ah,
for me.
mild sexual harassment at work.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yay!
Nothing
So
wrong.
why are you called Seamus?
It
I know
just,
why you're
like-
called Melon Butt.
Thanks. I don't know. It just came out of his mouth one day, and then it just
Yeah.
stuck. Yeah.
Does he know that he spelled it wrong?
I have no idea.
It's SEA.
Why don't you go tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
him know.
Seamus.
Irishly, yeah.
Yeah, I know that
obviously
from
not
Archer.
Irish.
Seamus.
Yeah.
So
I learned that one
I
from
actually,
Archer.
Actually,
I just said that literally 4 seconds ago.
I wasn't paying attention.
my
I was looking at my beer going, shit, I gotta drink more.
my one of my other cousins, he's getting married next year, and his wife has celiacs, but she has celiacs where if she brushed up against that donut, she'd have a rash on her arm
Dude.
within like a few hours.
That's bad.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
she
you
can't
liked
even
it.
be in the same fucking
Finish
room
it.
with bread in it.
That's not kosher, man.
If somebody like took flour out of a bag and slapped it on the table, and the dust and the particulates got into the air, she'd get violently ill. That's how
Yeah,
fucking
that
crazy
sucks.
it is.
I did think like it might be fun for the radio to have you snort a line of just pure
Flour?
pure gluten.
What?
No,
Oh,
pure gluten.
I'm not gonna do that because I can get sick.
Oh.
Like I don't want to get sick. You know,
This might be a stupid question, but isn't gluten liquid?
No,
No.
no, gluten is essential wheat protein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's allergic to the protein in wheat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Googling something about gluten balls right now. There is
Well, like
there's
I make seitan, which is just gluten. It's
Um,
all gluten.
the
it's
the
amazing.
Japanese store in Wappenders, Golden Mango. You ever heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they have these thing. It's called a
I'm gonna
gluten ball.
shoot your cat.
I forgot what it is, but it's literally gluten, and it's got like assorted shit in the center.
I didn't
Like
know
Yeah. Is it boiled?
I don't know what it is.
It's probably
But-
seitan. Are you eating another donut
I
in front of
need
Ryan?
another donut.
Yeah, you could have like peanuts, figs, random fruits and vegetables. I think there's like seaweed or octopus. I don't fucking know. But it's called a gluten ball, and I'm looking at this thing, and I was like, you could kill someone with
I
that.
just want to throw it at Ryan's face.
Yeah, just eat this, no questions. Just pure gluten, and when you chomp down on it, it's like weird.
Yeah,
It's
is it
not like you're eating bread at all.
Is it like springy?
it's like gummy.
Yeah,
right?
it's gummy.
Yeah, it's basically seitan.
Yeah,
They take seitan and they put something in it and boil it all together.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just look at that thing and you just
Seitan's
go,
awesome.
that is the death bringer right there.
Seitan's good. If you do it right, you got to do it right.
I'll have to bring some in to show you.
Yeah.
No. I'll break out in rash.
No,
I can't believe you're eating another donut in front of him.
so bad.
I'm
Are you
eating
that
another
hungry?
donut.
I'm fine. Like
Actually,
it
I
really
am.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
The beer more bothers me than anything. The bells.
Yeah, but they got gluten-free beer. I mean, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, they have it.
Beer. Air quotes.
Well, can't you just drink liquor now?
I can. I
There
can
you
drink
go.
all the liquor I want.
There you
but-
go. Tequila.
Yeah.
Gluten-free since Mexico. I don't know.
Since Mexico.
Since Mexico. Since Davy Crockett.
Since
What?
Pancho Villa, whatever.
All right.
Vodka. Well, that's a potato.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're at the very least winding the fuck down.
Plugs. You got any plugs or anything? You have any creative
promoting
projects
anything?
that you need to promote?
No, man. I'm good. Leinenkugel. I like it.
I do want to make a movie soon, Mike, so I'm going to bring you in on that.
I was asked to make a porn once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it didn't really pan out. Cause
Film or star?
Both. No, I found out I was asked if I could direct a porn, and then I realized I'd have to be in it, and I went, no, that ain't gonna happen.
Really?
I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? Stunt cock?
Oh.
I'm Irish. This doesn't work out well.
Was it like a gonzo type thing? Gonzo porn?
This was go to a hotel and film people fucking porn.
Yeah, but like you'd have to be in it,
Yeah.
as in you'd have to be one of the performers.
I'd have to hit click, record, and then go around.
Oh
and,
no,
yeah.
that's not directing. That's just recording.
Yeah, but see, I'm also I'd also be
That
like
takes out all the artistic license.
yeah, I'd also be one of those people where it's like the angle's wrong. Change it and then go back and forth. And
Yeah.
I'm just not built for porn. Obviously, it just doesn't work. There's probably a niche for people like me in porn, but I don't want to try. I really don't want to test those waters. So,
well,
it's definitely a niche. For
anyway,
Adam.
if you have some ideas, I can shoot a great video with this thing.
oh yeah,
So
it's fine. I
yeah.
got tons of ideas.
Yeah.
Porn or no porn?
No porn.
I got turned down a couple years ago for a Hatfield and McCoy movie because they were making a Hatfield and McCoy movie. But while I was getting turned down for it, I thought of another movie you might like.
Okay.
That has to deal with Orson Welles.
Let me know off air. I don't want to steal your ideas.
That's okay. They're all
Yeah,
copyrighted.
I would love to do like just like a 12-minute film. You
Oh,
know,
I'm
just
good at
something-
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombies?
Yeah.
Something.
Too much makeup.
Yeah, it's the
I'll do
Caro
it.
blood sucks.
Zombies.
The fake blood is it stains.
Stains.
Yeah.
I applied to be a Walking Dead zombie.
I tried too. It didn't work.
It didn't take.
Yeah. Too lifelike. No, it's to do like fake blood or fake makeup effects takes way too long, and that stuff sticks to your pores and your skin.
To tell me, man, I wear makeup all the time.
Professional
What?
stuff.
Yeah. When he goes
You wear,
out
like,
wearing a
man
dress.
makeup?
What are you wearing?
happened?
Guy
What
liner?
happened? I just blacked out.
You wearing guy liner?
Amy, plugs?
I want to know when.
Ask me about my wiener.
Wait, did you tell them about that?
No.
No? So I had to wear this button. I had to wear this button at work. Ryan's not listening.
I'm listening. Button at work. I got it.
Okay, I had to wear a button at work that said, ask me about Harvest Fest. And one day I came home and I was like, every time I wear this button, I think of, ask me about my wiener.
I fucking love that scene.
Ask
That
me
is
about
like-
my wiener.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Dick, ask me about my wiener.
This place is awesome. Now I know what I can finally get hepatitis. You're the shit sandwiches. I love that movie.
Oh my God.
They're arguing.
Oh,
They're working
more
something
dogs.
I thought the dogs got loose. I'm like, great. I'm in perfect
All
shot
right.
to get it.
Adam?
So Amy wants you to ask her about her wiener.
No, I wanted to know.
How
when
is your
Ryan-
wiener?
Okay. First of all,
It's okay.
I'm not Bailey Jack.
It ain't bad.
I want to know when Ryan's butt plug's going to be done.
Pause the outro music real quick.
Oh no, really?
No,
it's like that?
no, I figured out. I sent you a Snapchat. I figured out how to make you a butt plug without anyone realizing it's a butt plug.
Oh, it's a mortar and pestle.
yeah, I made a mortar and pestle.
Why am I stopping the outro for
I don't
that?
know, because I thought it's 17 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, so
Goes
a
on
mortar
forever.
a mortar for a mortar and pestle when you make it on the wheel.
Uh-huh.
It's very phallic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like perfect. Now I'll just make 5 or 6 of these, and then people go, "Oh, Adam's just making
But
another."
remember, I need like
mortar."
a step down here. You
Yeah.
know, it's a training butt
It's
plug.
gotta go like pop, pop.
Yeah,
And
pop,
we're going to
pop,
make
pop,
it
pop.
purple and sparkly just for
Yes, purple and
Can't
sparkly.
do sparkly.
I feel
I told her you could
so
bejewel it
uncomfortable
or
right now.
dazzle it.
No, that'll come off.
Last thing I want to do is go to the hospital with fucking rhinestones in my asshole.
I will. It'll be nice.
Remember,
It'll
I
be
worked
That
for
should be the
City
name of the
Poughkeepsie
episode,
before.
Rhinestones in your asshole.
That is not unheard of.
I'm gonna make you 2 because I want one to be displayed there, And if you want to use the other one, that's up to you. But I want one that has not been in your butt.
Wait. Are you going to sell it on Etsy when you're done?
No.
Like
no, it's going to be Dead Radio butt plug.
It's going to be a while before I
I'd
get
like
the
a
thing in my
decorative
butthole, because if you remember my finger story in the shower.
Oh, my God.
That's why you want a stepped one, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's still like I got to get the finger comfortable enough. You haven't listened, so you don't know what we're talking
Didn't
about.
we talk about that one day? Like
I was just thinking
about
of waiting.
it.
Like, yeah,
Why am I
finger may go
thinking
up there if
about
I'm feeling
this?
squirrely once in a while, but that's about it.
I was just trying to see what all the hubbub was about, and I don't know. Kind of hurts, actually.
You're not doing it right.
And it feels like you got to take a shit. Jim Norton has said that a million times. Like, it feels like I need to take a shit. And then I actually was like, wow, he's absolutely right. I feel like I need to take a shit.
Constipated,
just stick a finger up there.
No, you get the sensation of you have your
finger
turtling.
in your ass?
You're turtling. That's what it feels like. You're turtling. But really, it's just your finger.
So you need passion for butt sex?
Yeah. I'm not changing it, by the way. You being like in a toilet full of piss, it makes it much more funnier. So,
that's some freaky fetishes, man.
The reason why just real quick, I didn't want to bring down the show by mentioning it in the beginning, but the reason why the show is on a Sunday and not on a typical Friday is because my grandmother died on Wednesday, and I just wanted to kind of send a shout out to my family and everything like that. We actually is kind of. The wake and the funeral were actually a lot of fun. That's how fucking crazy it is.
It is weird how that happens.
My family is just so loud and boisterous and positive about everything that it was like you walked into the place, you cried a little bit, and then by the end of it, it was just like dick jokes and shit like that. It was like a lot of fun.
It's the best. It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, but
I remember the day of my mom's service. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom's service was rough because she went, very, very
it
suddenly.
Was abrupt, yeah.
So, but my grandmother, it was like just a long drawn out.
I got like the last gift from my grandma yesterday. She died in March. Yeah, I got she left stuff for the grandkids, and we split her the money we got from her condo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. She just was like one of the funniest people I've ever met. Like that's where my kind of like shitty sarcasm comes from, for the most part. Yeah, she was like when I've told this joke before, but I'm gonna tell it again. When she was in the hospital, right before everything really started to go on a downward turn for her, she went into the hospital. I think it was pneumonia or something. She had some sort of lung infection. Everybody said she was like, "You got to go see her. You got to go see her. She's gonna die. She's gonna die." And I went to see her in the ICU. I walk in, and she's sitting upright. And I go, "Hey, Graham, how you doing? How you feeling?" She looks at me. She goes, "They say I'm going to live."
Oh, man.
So she was fed up then. So, yeah.
I'm done with this.
But, whatever. It sucks. This is the first, major death for me, for my family, so... Everybody else has been like, outside the family.
People you don't care about.
Well, I care about, but not like, a direct family member dying. Yeah. This is the first. So.
It's rough. It's part of getting older. It happens.
Like I said, I didn't want to bring down the show, but I did want to say something because she kind of deserves it in my eyes. So.
Well, my condolences to you and your family.
Shut up, queer.
I did send you a nice text the other day.
She did, while she was in a towel.
Oh, fuck you. That was... Oh.
I could see it in her face. I'm like, oh, she's not happy about this.
I thought... Okay, so I heard you knock, but I thought it was like Ryan asking to come upstairs, the other Ryan.
Yeah.
And then I heard the doorbell. I was like, fuck. Ryan didn't hear the doorbell. So I went to the door. I was in a towel, and I opened the door, and I was like, I'm in a towel. What do you want? And he was like, am I interrupting? I was like, Adam's not here. What do you want?
I was like, wow, why didn't Adam come to the door? That's weird.
I was not home.
Anyway, all right. I think that's enough. Are you done?
Yeah. I think I'm good, unless anyone has anything else.
I think you're right. I did write Tim Cop.
It says Tim Cop.
That's the title, by the way.
Can you leave that list here?
What? And just add to it?
Yeah. We're gonna put it up somewhere.
Hey, your handwriting's so tough.
And that's the title of the show, by the way. It's gonna be episode number 39, Tim Cop, starring Tim Robbins, Timothy Dalton, Tim Curry, and Tim Meadows.
I thought
I
it
like
should
it.
be rhinestones in your asshole.
Yeah.
I like Tim Cup.
Yeah,
the
Tim
best.
Cup was a good
Well, I'm
conversation.
giving you a 1.
Yeah, you get a. We didn't rate you yet. You get a 1.
You get a flat 0.
We did rate me.
Did
I got
we?
10s across the board.
It's because you gave them
Motherfucker.
to yourself.
Yeah, you have control.
I didn't. He did.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, goddamn right.
How many
If
beers
we
did
added
you
if
have?
we added a couple categories, there'd be some zeros in there.
Jokes. 5.
If there was just like how funny are you?
1.
Maybe a 2.
No, 1.
How often do I laugh at my own jokes? 10.
Every day.
How often are they funny? Never.
0.
0.
All right.
But no, we got what? Fucking 10 minutes left. The outro music.
7.
7:03, 2, 1.
I think.
All right.
that's-
No.
Goodbye.
But Mr.
We're
Bleakley,
leaving.
Mr. Bleakley, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.
I appreciate
Probably haven't seen you in maybe 5 years.
it. It's been a long time.
And the first time I see him, he's on our podcast.
I saw him over the weekend.
Yeah.
I saw him too.
Yeah.
Oh, Lottie fucking da.
We were at a friendiversary.
Friendiversary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one you didn't
Joan,
go to.
Joe and Adrian.
He had a little bit going on.
I was,
That's
I was,
all right.
I was a little busy
there
planning
was
a
a-
funeral.
Oh,
There were
my
some
bad.
people there that I never talked to, never heard of, and there were some people I haven't seen in a while too.
Yeah.
There was some chick there that the last time I saw her was when she was passed out drunk at a house party, and that was like 10 years, 15 years ago. So.
It was an okay. She was like okay though.
Well, she was
It
alive, so she's not dead, obviously.
Okay.
And we were talking about like all the old people that aren't there that we can make fun of too.
She died.
Give me a glass of water.
They dug her up and brought her back to the party for shits and gigs.
We were making fun of people we haven't seen in years too. There was somebody that showed up. I was actually very happy that he showed up too. That I haven't seen in over a year. So Billy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was very happy to see him. So it was good. We got to get him out more. Drinking.
I need to drink more coffee when I go over Joe's house, apparently, because like I had gotten drunk, left the party, eaten disco fries, and was in bed by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I was on the couch because he was
Sounds
like,
good to me.
You need to see a doctor.
I'm going on Tuesday. On Tuesday.
I was told I got to do it too.
Yeah.
Apnea.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of that shit. That's right. I got to start a dieting regimen because of it.
I don't want to do any of that. Let's go.
Yeah, Facebook.com, YouTube, Dead Radio Podcast.
Dick pics
You know
to
how
Ryan.
to find us. Dick pics,
Tim Cobb.
ryandeadradio@gmail.com.
Stitcher, iTunes, Beyond Pod, blah, 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 blah.